Right off the bat here at 6 o'clock, let me remind everybody listening that there will be a significant, major revelation, a big, huge, gargantuan, massive announcement coming up at 7:45 this morning. 7:45 this morning, a big announcement here on the MJ Morning Show. So make sure you're listening at 7:45 this morning for the giant announcement. Welcome, folks. 6:01 now at the MJ Morning Show. Can I also make a note here for traffic safety purposes? The streetlights have been out for, I think, a week at Gandy and 4th. Have you noticed that, Roxanne?
Yeah, it's kind of eerie. Every time you drive up to that intersection, you're like, wait, something's missing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's dark.
It's spooky. It's you know what? It's like, yeah, that's what it to me. It's very eerie and spooky. It's like,
yes,
it's like a Scooby-Doo cartoon with like a bookcase that spins around and like I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids and all that. Yeah, it's very, very.
It's very apocalyptic. Isn't that what it feels like?
I would just avoid the word altogether.
All right, can you?
I thought I was going to do it that time. I was just like, Roxanne, take a deep breath, just be calm, slide it in.
Can you isolate that, please? Can you isolate that? I can't even say that. You mean apocalyptic?
Yes. Doesn't it feel that way? It actually feels the way I said it more so.
I don't think the streetlights that are out at Gandy and 4th in St. Petersburg, I don't think it comes across as apocalyptic. I don't think it comes across like The Walking Dead.
Foreshadowing.
I don't think it comes off like American Horror Story nope. I don't think it comes across like The Shining or something. No.
Something eerie is about to happen is what I feel when I pull up to that light.
When you're sitting at the light, you think that something eerie is about to happen?
Yes.
Like some guy with a hockey mask is going to come out and like strangle you or something? Or
you never know. It's like, she pulled in like... It is the scene in a horror movie when it's very dark and quiet.
Oh, man. You're waiting for a guy to run from the side of the road with a chainsaw toward your car? Oh, that'd be funny. Roxanne's sitting at the red light tomorrow morning, and some guy comes running at her with a chainsaw.
Yeah. Oh, let the hilarity ensue.
Yeah. And what kind of chainsaw would that be, Froggy?
Well, of course, it's steel, the best.
It's
the only brand you need.
Full disclosure, Froggy's company, Froggy's like real job. This is Froggy's part-time. The hell with a job.
It's hourly, actually.
Yeah, this is Froggy's hourly gig. But seriously, are you still making displays for steel chainsaws for hardware stores around the country?
Yep, over 7,500 stores so far, mister, and counting.
That's insane. Ooh. Yeah, so Froggy's, well, is it?
It's a beautiful display.
Do you have, like, on paper, do you have, like, shares or interest in the company?
In steel? No.
No. I'm talking about your shelving company.
Interest, shares, all kinds of interest.
Has your father-in-law turned over?
Yeah, I'll give you all the details later. What an idiot. Stupid ass. You won't even tell us his announcement. You're trying to get the details of my business out of me?
That's a good point.
Well, hold on. I told you what the announcement's going to be.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys what the announcement is?
After the show.
Of course not.
After the show, I deliberately didn't want to show any interest because I know that you want people to show some kind of interest. After the show, Froggy disappears. Roxanne has some very important stuff to do. Andrew comes into the studio, and Andrew just goes, "What's the announcement?" And MJ tells him what the announcement is.
Yeah, I mean,
normally MJ is, gotta wait till tomorrow. So I was here. I heard what the announcement was, and it's incredible.
It is. It's a huge announcement. I mean,
if it was no big deal, I'd be like, guys, wait for this. But no, it is. Wow.
This is a big deal.
Yes.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you didn't tell us, so we don't know.
You never do.
Andrew just said, "Hey, what's the announcement?" I just told him what the announcement was. Or Andrew, our producer.
I asked you, and you just sort of ignored me.
I did not.
Down.
You did not ask me. I'd be happy to tell you. And listen, I'll tell you during the break when we take our first break here in a few moments.
Don't tell him.
No, I'm going to be surprised.
No, don't tell him. Let him be surprised.
All right.
I want to be shocked.
Big surprise, major announcement. Froggy will be shocked. 7:45 this morning on the MJ Morning Show. Don't forget the Cash Kitty's back at 8 o'clock. So 8 o'clock this morning, we'll give you the next keyword. You text it, you put it on our website, you put it on the app, and you could win $1,000 with the Cash Kitty. That happens numerous times today. 8 a.m., then 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3, and 5 p.m. The Cash Kitty here on Q105. So stand by to win thousands today. Your chance to, score that. All right, so Fester is not hyping this. Fester is not my hype man.
Yeah, boy.
Fatty Flav.
What a fatty fat.
What'd you say? Instead of Flavor Flav, he's what?
Oh, it could be Flava Fat.
Fatty fat. Fatty Flav.
Flabby Flav.
Instead of a clock, I can have a
Rib.
fried chicken. Yeah.
You can have a whole pork loin hanging around your neck on a chain.
I'll have no problem.
Flabby Flav.
There you go. Flabby Flav.
Flabby Flav.
Or a big scale.
Is I think. Yeah.
Or a heart monitor.
Yeah, we tried to go out and watch the launch last night, and it got scrubbed. Or let me rephrase that. We were planning. We didn't try because we didn't go out, and it's not like it's that difficult to walk out the front door and look to the east. But we had planned to go out and look at that Boeing launch from the Cape. And you had two astronauts that were being, jammed up to the International Space Station, and they scrubbed it a couple hours before launch out of some kind of oxygen sensor. Or maybe they decided that, hey, you know what? It's a Boeing craft. It's just not worth the chance of the door blowing out or something, while we're, rocketing up at, 5,000 miles an hour, whatever that thing launches at, some kind of crazy speed. No, I wouldn't be concerned with that. But listen, you got a space launch, you got a couple of astronauts in the thing, you get any kind of a sensor problem, probably a good idea to take a look-see and just put it off a couple of hours or days or whatever. So I think they're going to try to launch it today. Hey, Andrew, is there an updated launch time? Because I want a nighttime launch. 10:34 last night, I think, that the launch was supposed to happen. So the launch was scrubbed. Something you'll never hear Fester say? Lunch has been scrubbed.
Nice.
Lunch
Just
is
throw that in there.
on. Lunch is on in T-minus 6 hours and 10 minutes.
It is 6:08, just getting rolling on the MJ Morning Show. A busy Tuesday morning, and the big announcement at 7:45. Don't move.
All right, here we go.
MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ and the crew, 6:19, rolling up on 6:20. The time that you need to know this morning. There's no other time. No, in fact, I should just stop giving out any other time this morning other than 7:45. The big announcement this morning on the MJ Morning Show. Make sure you are with us. 7:45 this morning, big announcement. Hey guys, question for you, little early morning quiz. Which state in the United States has the most OnlyFans creators?
Well,
Just a little quiz. OnlyFans, the website where you can create your own content. It's typically adult content, right? I don't think there are many OnlyFans creators that are just like fixing like ball joints on cars, right?
I think you're right. Is this per capita? I guess.
It's a simple question.
The most.
No, it's
The
not.
most.
It's not per capita. Which state has? Quit trying to use big words over there. All right.
Froggy, you want to take a guess?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
There's a couple of them over there.
No.
I wish.
Fester, you just walked in. Do you even know what we're talking about?
Are you talking about which state has the most amount of OnlyFans creators?
Yeah, how'd you hear that?
I pick up on things.
We're playing on some speakers down the hall, right?
Listen, sorry. Yeah. I found a new place to sleep.
Great.
Oh,
And it's not back. It's not. You know. They have that janky brown couch in the back that I've been sleeping on for years.
I don't know. There are places in this building that I've never ventured to in the 3.5 years.
You'll
that
never
we've
come
been.
out.
I discovered a place where if I overslept, you guys would never find me.
That's funny.
Never find me. And they've got
What, in the dumpster in the back?
close. Did
Where?
you know? You know we have like a little assembly room or performance studio or meeting room, right?
We've been in there a couple
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Duh,
we've had
we've
meetings
had
there.
all staff meetings in there.
I've
Hello.
been in there like 4 times. in
We've
my whole
shot
life.
videos in there.
One time for a video, one time for a photo shoot, and 2
Staff meetings.
Yeah, one staff
Yeah.
meeting saying everybody's getting fired, another staff meeting saying everybody's getting hired. Those are the 4 times I've been in there
I don't remember those.
in my whole life. Anyway, I walked in there. I don't even know why, and they have a green room in there.
Yeah, they do off to the side.
It's like a little room
Yeah.
with no windows, just
Mhm.
2 doors, and really nice couches. And I'm like, oh,
Wait a minute. The thing is tiny. How could there be couches in that room?
It's like a 12 by 10 room.
Is it that big?
It's maybe not that big, maybe 10 by 10. I don't know. It's big enough to have 2 couches, and those couches are super comfortable and not covered in mung like the brown couch in the back. So
Yeah.
that's
so
my
now you're covering them.
Yeah.
in-
Yeah. So now you're leaving all of your body mung
Your
on the
dandruff
couches.
flakes.
It's not my problem.
Jeez.
It's not my problem. Anyway,
Yeah.
if I'm ever not here, that's where I am.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's your new sleeping
Yes.
spot?
Yes.
And you might not be found until we have guests to come to the radio station.
Who knows? I'll wake up at like the crack of 11:30.
All right, so, folks, between the opening segment, like we open the show at 6 a.m.,
Right.
usually right on the money at 6 a.m., we open the show. And then we generally take a break at 6:08 or so.
Yeah.
A little 8-minute opening to the show. I probably should shorten that a little bit, kind of balance out my hour a little more. Because we play more commercials in the 6 o'clock hour to keep, because we do no commercials and no music starting at like 7:25 every day until about 8:50. So over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ with no music, no commercials. So, we play a few more commercials in this hour to help facilitate that. It's a little trade-off. So Fester, after we do the show open, Fester will take a nap.
Yeah.
How about you take a nap while you sleep overnight at home? Why do you have to go at 6:08 and take a nap until 6:20? And a lot of times you're minutes late coming back when we're already talking.
It's part of his routine now.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
break it.
So I set my clock to ring, right? But then Froggy stopped me, so I got a late start. So that's why I'm a couple minutes late. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm here. What state has the most OnlyFans creators? I would think the rule would follow the same rule as adult video creators. Warmer states would have more creators.
Why? You can broadcast inside.
Just generally
You
speaking.
think, like Van Nuys, California.
Fester, you are incorrect.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was
Ooh.
thinking the same thing as Fester, so I'm going to go opposite. I'm going to say, Connecticut.
Ooh, nice guess. Lovely
You
area.
saw the story.
Home of WWE.
What?
It's Connecticut.
Really?
Come on.
Yes.
You saw this.
Are you kidding me?
Nice guess.
It's Connecticut.
I no, you know why I said Connecticut? Because that's the only other state I've lived. When I was an infant, I lived in Connecticut, and I just said,
Oh, you
"All right,
remember that?
yeah."
Apparently, Connecticut, what's the nickname for Connecticut? Do you know that?
Well, I was only 0 years old, and
But it's
8
on their
months old.
license plate. Haven't you noticed?
No, I haven't.
Like,
No.
what state has live free or die on it?
Ooh, I haven't noticed
Froggy,
that.
hold on. You didn't know that? There's a state that has on their license plate, it says live free or die.
And don't tread on me.
Like Oklahoma?
No,
Texas.
It sounds like it might be Oklahoma. No, it's New Hampshire.
I would never have known
Yeah,
that.
New Hampshire's license plates say live free or die. And Connecticut's license plates, those read,
At least we're not Rhode Island.
oh, you're close.
Yeah.
It's the Constitution state.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Connecticut's the Constitution state. So according to just the numbers here, Connecticut has the most OnlyFans creators.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a surprise to me.
Yeah, sex toy company Beddable. Oh, I'm sorry, Bed Bible. I've never heard of the sex toy company Bed Bible.
Oh, sacrilege.
But they apparently did a deep dive, which, God, I hate that. Why did I say that? I hate, there's certain
Yeah.
terms I hate.
I hate circle back.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Hey,
Put a bow on it.
Hold on. You know what? Let's do a segment on this.
Yeah, let's do
a
it.
segment.
Deep
on-
dives are the worst.
Oh, deep dive. Oh,
MJ, we could put a pin in that. We'll get into it later.
All right,
Yes,
hold on.
Yes.
Seriously, I want to bring this up later on the show.
Okay.
Just like expressions or things I hate. Anyway, so this sex toy company found that Connecticut has the most OnlyFans creators in the country with 2,464 accounts.
Yeah, I lived in Greenwich. I remember that about Connecticut back in.
You
in-
lived in Greenwich,
Yes.
Connecticut. Oh, hoity-toity.
I didn't know it was hoity-toity. I was only.
That's why you are the way you are.
Who was
You're all hoity-toity.
You live
You
by
know,
the McMahon family?
You think you're better than all of us because you're from Greenwich,
What are
Connecticut.
you talking about?
Yes, I'm sure that you shop for jewelry at Betteridge.
Yes, it's a little
Yes,
infant. It was
Betteridge
wobbling.
in Greenwich, Connecticut,
Yes.
which has been purchased by Watches of the World, or Watches of Switzerland, or whatever the hell.
Thank
they
you.
call it.
Talk about getting in the weeds on something.
Well, there's no weeds. No, I got a weed whacker, man.
inside baseball.
I'm whacking the weeds. All right, so
Connecticut.
yeah, Connecticut.
That's shocking.
And listen, I think this is a perfect segue. America's STD hotspots, the latest. Now, we've talked about this over the years of, where STDs in the country are most prevalent. Also, a lot of folks now, or doctors or the stories, they use STI. STD, sexually transmitted diseases, but you see STI a lot now, which is sexually transmitted infection. All right, so STD, STI.
I always felt weird signing up for STD when I was getting ready to go on maternity leave, short-term disability STD.
Oh, really? You signed up? You signed up for STDs?
Like, gosh, I'm signing up for STDs.
Which STDs did you sign up for?
It's
Oh, all of
a
them.
handful.
Little chlamydia?
Yeah, I wanted to cover the bases.
A little chlamydia in my life. A little. Fester, have you fallen asleep over there? Oh my God!
Fester.
It's like trumpet trial.
How tired are you?
I might have fallen asleep.
Fester, you just fell asleep in front of us.
Today's a very challenging
You're
day.
narcoleptic.
I'm not narcoleptic. I'm just snooze.
You're
prone.
apoplectic.
You're very sleepy,
Oh, my
huh?
I don't know what apoplectic means.
Very, very sleepy. All right, so the states with the most STDs, 34 states in the country, had more than 1,000 STD cases per 100,000 residents.
That's what, 1%? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So southern states, a bunch of southern states have much higher proportions of STDs than some of the northern states. So I'm looking at metropolitan areas. So it's not just states. I find this even more interesting. So we know which states have the highest per capita as far as STDs. But you look at actual hometowns now. So when you look at the southern states like Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, a lot of the southern states, as far as the state goes, have high numbers of STDs. But what's more interesting here is when you break down cities, you kind of lose a little bit of the southern charm.
Okay.
All right. So I have the top 50. And it's metropolitan areas with the highest degrees of STDs. So I don't think we need all 50.
I'm dying to
No,
know.
all 50.
Oh, yeah.
please.
Who's in the mid-40s?
No, I'm going to start at top 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and we're counting down the big STDs. All right, Don, take two. That damn dog dying over here. All right. Hi, I'm Casey Kasem, and we're counting down the top STD cities in the USA. Coming in at number 10, it's Washington, D.C. Coming in at number 9, it's Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, no southern charm between those
Nothing
two
like
cities.
some great Detroit STDs and some great Detroit-style pizza. Gotta love some DSP.
Have you ever seen a
with
Detroit?
my STD?
Have you ever seen a Detroit Coney dog?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that looks like it has an STD. I mean, it looks like a wiener with all kinds of things growing
All right,
on it.
coming in at number 8, it's San Francisco. Number 7, Montgomery, Alabama. Number 6, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. What does Cajun Fester have to say
What do you
about
have to say?
Baton Rouge being the number 6 most STD-ridden city in the USA?
But I tell you right now, number 6 is too low. We should be high up on that list there. I tell you, Cajun Fester, personally responsible for many of those STDs himself.
Oh, Cajun Fester is personally responsible for the spread of STDs in the bayou?
I tell you what.
In Cajun country?
I guarantee. I tell you, go Tigers.
Have you ever infected a big bowl of etouffee?
He's going to get over by you.
I one time,
Yeah.
infected a tiger.
Go Tigers.
Stop it.
It was a fur
Go
party.
Tigers.
Number 5 is St. Louis, Missouri. Number 4, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Back to my home state of Louisiana.
All
Huh?
right, here he is, Cajun Fester back again like tag team.
You think Baton Rouge is marked too low? New Orleans should have
Cajun
been
Fester back again.
Should have been number 1.
Yeah. All right, number 5 is St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, I already did that one. 4 is New Orleans. I did that. Number 3 is Jackson, Mississippi. Number 2 is Memphis, Tennessee.
There's that southern charm. Oh,
Yeah, so-
Jackson,
but-
Mississippi.
But so you got some of the southern cities there,
Yeah.
like I said, Louisiana, 10. But then number 1, coming in at number 1, the most STDs in the USA.
Is it either like a dumb city or like a really, really big city?
No, it's a big city. It's literally the city of brotherly love.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's Philadelphia. Philadelphia, number 1.
Which is crazy because they're like the meanest sports fans ever. So there's not a lot of brotherly love there, but apparently there's a lot of brotherly swapping.
Yeah, something.
Ugh.
So the most STDs per 100,000 belongs to Philadelphia. Now, if you look locally here, Tampa comes in at number 26. Tampa, number 26. And I don't see Orlando's 34. And Fort Lauderdale is 23. And those are all the ones in Florida, apparently. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Who would have thought that Philadelphia, Mississippi was number 1? Huh.
6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew. Don't forget the big announcement, 7:45 this morning. Fester knows what it is, and even Fester says this is big.
This is big.
This is big. 7:45 this morning, I will make a big announcement right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Watch out. Watch out for the morons. 6:42 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons of the news. Hey, it's almost 6:45. It's 6:42. That means we're almost an hour away from the massive announcement. 7:45 this morning. Big announcement here on the MJ Morning Show. Stand by. Hey, let's start local. Let's start right here in the great state of Florida here. Are you ready? Oh, boy. I got to be careful with language here, but we have an ex-con has been convicted of attacking his girlfriend with a pink personal pleasure device. I'm not going to use the word that rhymes with schmilbo.
Yeah, PPD works.
Yeah, personal pleasure device. Stephen Nurdin.
His name is Nurdin?
Hey, don't judge me by my name.
It's Nurdin. Is there any chance that it's more of like a
Nurdin?
A French kind of Nurdin? Nurdin.
No, it's Nurdin.
Like Rudin, right?
Sure. Nurdin.
It's Stephen Nurdin, 38. has pleaded no contest to a domestic battery charge after a violent argument earlier this year. Nurdin was adjudicated by a county court judge, sentenced to 8 months in jail. He was also fined $920, ordered to have no contact with the victim. He was arrested on January 1st. What a way to kick off the new year, huh?
Yeah, Nurdin.
Nurdin was freed from custody, posted a $2,500 bond. Then he was rearrested just 30 days later for violating the terms of his pretrial release by repeatedly contacting the victim via text messages on Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, all that stuff. What a mess.
This guy's a local yokel.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what I said. I said let's go local. Let's
You said Florida. You didn't say Seminole.
Yeah, the guy is Pinellas County. That's why I said local.
Come on, man, get with it.
Yeah, this dude is here attacked his girlfriend or with a pink rhymes with blil blow.
Just had it laying around.
Yeah, just whacked her with the pink.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh man, there's another element here. Apparently, the girlfriend verbally attacked him and called him a limp.
What? Limp what?
So there's
A limp biscuit.
there's a deeper meaning behind the attack with the
with the pink
yes.
device.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe so.
Problem was probably with that pink device is competition.
So,
Sorry, Nurdin.
this is that's why I said local. It's a local story. It's Pinellas County. Mr. Nurdin. Sorry, but that's Nurdan. Does anyone know this dude? This guy looks. I'm looking at his mugshot. This guy looks like a piece of work. He looks like. You know what? I don't want to piss this guy off.
Yeah, about to say, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office has identified him as a career offender.
Yeah.
And in mid-2023, he was released from state prison after serving 13 years for armed robbery.
Yeah.
It's a good run. It's a good stint.
Yeah, this guy's not a good guy.
My apologies, Mr. Nurdin.
Career offender.
It's okay. I forgive you.
And he was just released from Florida State Prison last year.
Doing hard time.
He did 13 years, as Fester said, for armed robbery, aggravated assault, and felonious possession of a firearm. There you go.
Nerd's hardcore.
I'm not mixed up in firearms this time. I'm mixed up in the personal pleasure device.
Man, who are you walking next to at the supermarket? Who are you sitting next to at a traffic light in the car next to you? You know, you never know. I mean, how many people with criminal records, how many like felons do you come across every single day?
Or people who are using PPD as weapons.
As, you know, smacking people around with schmilbos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Crazy stuff. Hey, here's another Florida story. This is Avon Park. We've got listeners in Avon Park.
Oh,
I get email. I get people that hit me up from Avon Park. This guy tried to hold up Wendy's or threaten Wendy's with a gun.
Come on.
It was not a real gun. It was a finger gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that work? No, it didn't work.
On your shirt, man? What do you think?
He was threatening to rob the restaurant with the finger gun. Yeah, so this is at Highlands County, Avon Park, Wendy's. This Florida genius had a problem with that red-haired, pigtailed girl, Wendy, and he threatened to rob the restaurant using his fingers. I think he was double barreling it, you know? So Highlands County deputies said this all happened back in late April. The suspect placed an order at the drive-thru in Avon Park at the Wendy's. Investigators say they don't know what he ordered. It just wasn't ready right away, and the employee asked him to pull up and wait for a bit. According to the report from the Highlands County Sheriff's Office, the customer did not like the idea of having to wait and pull up and have the food brought out. So he jumped out of his car, went to the window, and then told the Wendy's employee that he could rob the place. And then he ran inside the store. He had no shirt.
Nice.
Jumped on a table and then was making threats while waving around his fingers shaped as guns.
I mean, when you got to have a Baconator, you really got to have it.
Yeah.
Then he ran out of the Wendy's, jumped into a Nissan Rogue, which is very fitting because this guy went rogue. And now I guess they're looking for the guy. They don't know who he is. Then he fled. He's about 5'5", weighs about 200 pounds. That's a little stocky. And was last seen going east on West Bell Street in beautiful Avon Park.
Thank you for the expert commentary on the size of guys who are 5'5", by the way, MJ. Thank you.
Anyway, that's why we call it morons in the news. Hey, speaking of Wendy's, did you see my video? I tried it, and then people were making fun of me because I kind of sprayed at the end. Did you hear my story from last Friday?
Yeah. I watch it with the volume down.
All right, hold on a second, folks. Hold on. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to want me. No, I want you to hang out, and when we get back in a minute, I want to tell you about my Wendy's experience last Friday, right after the show. I just kind of had the craving. I've been meaning to do this, and then people made fun of me because I kind of had a little spray problem on the video at the very end. Hold on, I'll explain. And the 7 o'clock hour starts next. Don't forget the 7:45 big announcement this morning. Cash Kitty starts at 8 o'clock today with your chance at $1,000. So it's a pretty busy show here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Now... Live at 7:02 here on a Tuesday morning. And if you haven't heard the news, a big announcement is happening at 7:45 this morning. This is, even for Fester to say this is big, for Fester to acknowledge and not be obnoxious about it, it's big. 7:45 this morning, major announcement here on the MJ Morning Show. Froggy, I don't know where he is. Fester just walked out. I need Fester to help control the computer over here. So
yeah, they're coming back right now. Froggy was locked out.
You're locked. Froggy, you're locked out again?
I lost my wallet. I can't find it.
Oh, now you can't find your wallet?
Yes.
Why do you have to go out to your truck every? Oh, I know why.
I don't go out to my truck. I get my steps in.
You get your steps in.
And I go behind the QIK trailer and go number one.
To your bowl? I mean, where do you
What? Excuse me, that's accusatory and inflammatory and conjecture.
You're so healthy. You're getting your steps in.
And leading.
Whatever.
So stop leading the audience.
All right. 7:03 at the MJ Morning Show here on a Tuesday morning. Hey, before I forget, just a heads up on something. There are a couple of words that are coming up very prominently when people are using Chat GPT to write papers or come up with ideas, but I think primarily it's showing up when people are using Chat GPT to write like a term paper or some kind. And there are two words that apparently are excessively coming up. And it's becoming almost like an indicator that if these words are used, that somebody is using Chat GPT, artificial intelligence, to do the work instead of writing it with your own damn brain. And the two words, did you just chortle?
I'm sorry.
That was a chortle.
I'm watching the loop.
You just went.
I'm watching the loop of your Instagram that you're going to talk about in a couple of
with
seconds.
The Wendy's deal?
And then the spewage at the end.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw it. I saw it silently off of my computer monitor.
Oh, man, people are having a field day on me on this one.
I'm going to pause it. I'm going to get out of the screen.
So this is quick. The two words are commendable and meticulous. Apparently, ChatGPT loves the words commendable and meticulous.
That's funny.
It's an interesting discovery. There was an analysis of like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Chat GPT written pieces, and some of the most common words were commendable and meticulous. So for some reason, this whole Chat GPT artificial intelligence bitch has some kind of thing for meticulous and commendable.
It is such a slippery slope to use that because it's just like our navigation systems in our vehicles or on our phones. Once you stop using that part of your brain, you're not going to be able to be creative and write stuff on your own. You're just going to have to rely on the computer all the time. Chat GPT boy over there.
How commendable.
All right, so
and meticulous.
You know what? I'm very meticulous on this show. All right, Fester, you saw my spew.
Yeah. So I've actually been thinking about. I didn't know you made this video.
All right, well, also people are commenting on my slovenly eating habits.
Yeah, you eat like a pig. You always have.
I'm not the neatest eater. Okay.
Why don't you just try a little bit and be an adult?
Well,
and eat like a person.
I'll never stop being a kid. All right, never, ever. All right. So after the show on Friday, I stopped at Wendy's. I've been meaning to get that orange cream frosty. I think it's been available for a couple of months.
Yeah, the dreamsicle.
Yeah, it's
orange creamsicle.
It's a creamsicle. Sometimes it's called a dreamsicle.
Yeah,
but I've always loved vanilla ice cream and vanilla. Oh, I'm sorry. I've always loved vanilla ice cream and orange sherbet. I've always loved the whole. I've always been a creamsicle fan. And then Wendy's, they have a limited time frosty, and it's orange creamsicle. It's orange cream, and it's great. So I've been meaning to try it, and I was not disappointed. I had high expectations, and sometimes you're disappointed. In this case, I was not. The Wendy's orange creamsicle met my expectations, and let me tell you what else I didn't expect. Here, roll the video. Just reset that and roll the video here. And this is me on my video. Go. Go ahead. You're on mute. Start it from the beginning. Go ahead and hit it and
refresh
and go. Check this out. I've been wanting to try the orange cream frosty from Wendy's, so I stopped on the way home after the MJ morning show, and I pull up to the window, and the lady says, "It's on me. Happy Friday." I'm like, hey, well, thank you. And I'll tell you right now, this thing's fantastic. This orange cream frosty at Wendy's is really, really good. Thank you for the freebie.
Oh my God.
And then you see the spittle. So,
Dude, I can't stand
See.
the sound of you eating.
And she just blow bubbles in it.
Free B was a blast. Thank you for the free.
so I spray talked. At the very end of the video, you can see the particles of orange cream frosty come out of my mouth. And then I guess people.
It's like you're a pig at a trough.
Anyway, if you want to see it, the video is on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. Hit my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and people are commenting. I've got, like, it's on my face, my lips, then I spit it out a little bit at the end of the video.
A little bit. What video are they watching? I mean, was it all over your steering wheel? Was it on your pants?
Say it, don't spray it.
No kidding.
I want the news, not the weather.
Oh.
Hey, was it really that good? Because I have to tell you, I'm against ice creamy orange flavored things. I think it always tastes like baby aspirin.
Oh, I love baby aspirin.
Okay, then that's
Oh,
your
I
hate baby aspirin.
I have always loved the flavor of St. Joseph's baby aspirin.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no wonder you love that.
Yeah, no. I've always loved that orangey, chalky,
Right.
you know, I always, oh, yeah. Oh,
okay.
I had headaches every 8 minutes when I was a kid. Yeah. So,
Just to get the baby aspirin.
just to get the baby aspirin. No, I've always loved the orange. So you don't like orange cream?
So I like remember Orange Julius? I like that flavor.
Yeah,
Those are good.
Oh, I
but
was a huge Orange Julius fan.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when you do the orange cream, I feel like it's a baby aspirin.
Hey, when I worked at a radio station called 97 Star WGH, we were in the Pembroke area of Virginia Beach, right across from the Pembroke Mall. And for lunch, we'd walk over to the mall, to the food court sometimes. It was right across Independence Boulevard in Virginia Beach, right at the corner of Virginia Beach Boulevard and Independence Boulevard. And we were in the Pembroke 1 building, the bottom floor. So we'd walk right across to through the Sears and then into the food court. And there was an Orange Julius there. And I made friends. I used to bring this girl that worked at the Orange Julius. I used to bring her like T-shirts or freebie CDs out of the prize closet.
That's right.
She would give me the bags of the Orange Julius mix. There were like 2 different powders. She gave me the bags. I was making my own Orange Julius's at home.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was great. You know what? I haven't thought about this. I haven't thought about this in 20 years, 25 years, 30 years. And Roxanne just jarred my memory. Hey, tell me about, you sent me an email about your fear of robots.
Oh, that was a while ago. So
Yeah.
that was a couple weeks ago.
No, it wasn't. It was on May 2nd. This was
All right.
this was 5 days ago. This was
last week.
This is last week.
Okay. Was
Yeah.
it my fear of robots or my?
No,
what was, okay.
you sent me a note having some deep thoughts about robots. In many ways, robots
Yes,
will
yes.
not be as good as humans, right? Unless they make humans so terrible at their jobs that a robot replacement is an even swap. Think of service. And so what is your fear of robots?
It's not a fear, but I just started having this deep thought. You know how we complain sometimes about, just people will complain in general about customer service. And let's talk about the bigger corporations, bigger fast food places that are about to implement automation or have already implemented AI in some capacity. They don't care if people have customer service complaints because they want their employees to not be that good. So then when they bring in the robots, it'll be like, it's an even swap.
But then you brought up this is like a whole paragraph that
Yeah,
Roxanne wrote me.
Yeah,
Were you
thinking deeply about
Were
it.
you drunk?
No,
When
I was
you wrote
just
this?
like,
Jeez.
But wait a
It
minute.
sounds like a deep thought you have when you're high.
then,
Dude, robots are taking over the world.
then you go into robot radio.
yes, I did.
And
I did.
And artificial intelligence.
I did.
If you remember, how was it a year ago already? Remember when I played the samples of that company that are offering AI DJs?
Yes.
Do you remember? And it's awful.
No way. I like it.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Hey, Andrew, do you
Welcome to
Andrew-
the show.
Andrew, find the AI, find the artificial intelligence DJs that company is trying to push.
Oh, they have to be better by now than they were then.
Yeah.
But listen, AI cannot do what we do. The nuances of, and folks, I'm telling you right now, it is coming. You're going to have radio companies. They're going to try
Yes.
to put computer generated artificial intelligence DJs on the air and try to pass. So if you're introducing John Cougar Mellencamp and here's Pink Houses, on whatever radio station, yeah.
Please enjoy pink houses.
But what we do and the creativity and the nuances and just the little things,
I don't think robots can improv. Quite
I don't
so
think
well at this
robots could
point.
do the truth booth.
No,
Okay.
and I don't think robots can do Cajun Fester.
Welcome to
Listen,
War of the Roses.
It's nuance, it's texture,
Will we find a cheater?
it's the different layers of content and how AI is not going to be able to do that. I'm sorry. I don't see it ever replacing.
Have a little faith in us, MJ.
Jeez.
We have Jeff on the line. Jeff, you won free roses. Who would you like to send them to?
All right, so listen to
Hopefully,
this quickly.
the sex robot, Cindy, the sex
All right,
robot.
all right. There's too many of us
All
now.
right, so listen.
All right.
This was part of this radio GPT, and it was terrible. This is AI radio DJs. A company is trying to sell this to radio stations.
Every voice you hear on Radio GPT is 100% AI.
Here's what's trending on social media in Springfield, discovered and delivered in real time.
On Radio GPT.
If you fake being sick to get out of work, let us introduce you to your leader. Amanda Briggs has been fired from Springfield University for allegedly faking a pregnancy to get 7 weeks of paid time off. Coworkers say there was something odd about her baby bump. She was accused of fraud after sharing pictures of different babies to try and prove her story and now faces up to 25 years in prison, which could make anyone's water break.
Can you imagine?
That's so good.
Can you imagine a radio morning show that sounds like this?
This one is filed under. There really still are good people out there. Springfield High School sophomore Tracy Tyler has
It's awful. It is absolutely horrific.
I think it's so good.
7:15 at the MJ Morning Show.
Me too.
We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. 7:45 major announcement on the MJ Morning Show. And when Fester says it's big, it's big.
It's big.
All right, Fester.
Yes.
You concur.
No, he agrees, he said.
I both.
Big announcement.
I concur and agree.
7:45, half an hour away. Major announcement coming up on the MJ Morning Show. And we're packed next because we got an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ in minutes here on Q105. Making a move. 7:26 at the MJ Morning Show. Hour and 20 minutes. Nonstop MJ starts right now, including the massive announcement coming up at 7:45. Don't forget Cash Kitty back at 8 o'clock. $1,000 on the line. Your chance to win a grand. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. today. Cash Kitty here on Q105 Standby. Hey, the Attorney General for the state of Florida, Ashley Moody, is going to join us at about 7:35 to bring to light a big scam that's circulating. We've talked about this, but it's getting more prevalent. A big scam that's creeping across Florida. So we'll talk to the Attorney General in just a bit. Hey, a couple of things here that I want to address, just a couple of quickies. And I got a whole school fool pile that is pretty dynamic today. First of all, can you just randomly just blurt things that Amazon delivers? All right, and listen, they'll deliver just about anything. You can order just about anything from Amazon. Man, it's hot as
It is.
mother in here.
Really is.
My God.
And you just ran down the hall, so you have your blood pumping, but it is really hot.
Oh, God. Hey, Andrew, can you please text the engineers? Can you text Chris and Max and let them know that we're sweating bullets in here?
Yeah, this is not a comfortable studio, right?
Well, I hope I didn't. Anyway, no, it's not. It's miserable in here. Air
Why
conditioning
don't y'all quit
sucks.
whining? Oh, it's so hot. though.
Anyway, so just randomly, just blurt out stuff that Amazon delivers. All right, Roxanne.
Conditioner. I just
Yeah.
received some yesterday.
Like hair conditioner?
Yes.
Like a major brand?
No, I mean, I can read you it's biotin. Yeah.
But
I mean,
can
like,
you go to Target or Walmart and buy it?
I haven't seen it there. This
All
is
right.
a very specific conditioner that I like to use.
All right, so conditioner. Fester, things that Amazon delivers.
Clothing.
That is a good answer.
Yes.
That is, there's not a lot of wrong answers here,
Yeah, I
but I'm
mean-
sure Froggy will come up with one. Yes, Froggy, what does Amazon deliver?
I'm going to go with butt plugs, Pat. I got one accidentally, remember?
They
You did.
do. They do
that's
send
true.
it.
It's a true story.
Oh, it was supposed to be dropped off at your neighbor's house.
Yeah.
And you had a box for a neighbor that was left at your porch, and it was
And edible lotion, I think?
it was
Some sort of...
Whoa, what am I gonna do with this?
If you're in the market for a BP,
well, I'm just saying.
Go to Amazon.
that is a correct answer as well.
Thank
but
you.
What I'm looking for in the discussion of this item is hot lead.
Ooh.
Amazon delivers some hot lead. Turns out in Cleveland, an Amazon driver shot and killed an armed carjacker. A guy tried to carjack the Amazon delivery van. The Amazon driver was armed and blasted the guy away. So here's
Nice.
a case where Amazon delivers some hot lead. Whoa. Look at that. I don't know what the company policy is, but this is according to WOIO in Ohio. Reports the shooting happened near blah, 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 blah. Cleveland police said the Amazon driver was working in the area just after 4 p.m. on Saturday and was approached by a person with a gun. The Amazon worker told police the person held them at gunpoint while trying to steal the vehicle. According to the police, the situation turned into a carjacking with an armed subject crashing the vehicle. Authorities said the Amazon driver ended up shooting the carjacker during the ordeal. Carjacker pronounced dead at the scene. That's all the information we have.
And the really impressive part is all the deliveries were still on time that day.
Yeah, you didn't slow him down at all.
He was like on his way, got the packages there.
I don't think so. I think his day probably ended there. But I'm thinking that maybe some packages.
Hey, you're not giving these drivers enough credit. They are dedicated. Dedicated.
Yeah.
That's a Froggy Caruso line.
Hold on a minute. I got to give it to you. Hang on a minute. Would you like to deliver that line one more time?
How did I say it? What did I say? I said, those Amazon drivers, they are dedicated.
Roxanne Caruso.
There you go.
On Amazon's list
Yeah.
of prohibited items that they do not sell, while they may deliver hot lead, you cannot buy guns or ammunition.
Yeah, you're not going to buy. Yeah, exactly.
Can you buy human blood?
You cannot
Probably.
you cannot buy blood.
Yeah.
Remember you tried to sell you almost cut your finger off. You tried to sell it. Oh, that probably wasn't Amazon.
No, that was eBay.
That was eBay, but
And they said you can't have bodily fluids. On
I sold a
stuff.
chainsaw.
Fester tried to sell a chainsaw. Fester was doing some yard trimming.
Oh my god! You remember how bad? You almost lost two.
Was that a gas powered or was that
No,
electric?
It was I think it was electric.
That was
so
bad.
Fester had this electric chainsaw. He's doing some tree trimming, and he slips and nearly cuts his hand off, and the chainsaw's all bloodied. And then Fester says, "I'm getting rid of this. I'm putting it on eBay." He puts it on eBay, and they removed it because it was stained with bodily fluids.
Oh, they actually said that too.
Yeah.
Because
There was blood stains
In
all
the
over.
description, I go,
Yeah.
chainsaw covered in blood, real blood.
Fester has pictures up of blood on this chainsaw, and eBay removed the listing because it was a TOS, a terms of service violation, that you couldn't sell bodily fluids or whatever the heck it is.
So that's one thing you can't sell.
There are other things you can't sell on Amazon. Did you know you cannot sell anything that says Washington Redskins on it?
Really?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep. Merchandise with the old Washington football name on it, you cannot sell on Amazon. You cannot sell Confederate flags on Amazon.
That makes sense.
Or tobacco. They don't sell facial recognition software. I have a list off of Reader's Digest. I don't know this off the
They
top
don't
of
sell
my head.
tobacco.
They don't sell. MJ, you can't get your hard permeable or non-rigid. What do you get? You have some.
I wear
rigid permeable.
I wear RGPs, which are rigid gas permeable contact lenses.
Well, they don't sell them on Amazon
Why not?
because of you.
It's on the prohibited list. You know, we had quite a history with putting stuff on eBay and having it removed. It was a little bit more of a novelty.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
back then. You know, but
Good times.
yeah, we good times. Yeah, this is like what, late '90s or early 2000s. We put a lot of crap on eBay that was removed. Is that the Attorney General? Here we go. A longtime listener of the MJ Morning Show and Plant City's very own, the Attorney General of the state of Florida, Ashley Moody. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning. Great to be with you.
Great to have you on. I know that you had a long history of listening to our show over the years.
Oh, yes. Very, very long, beginning when I was a teenager.
I think, and now the Attorney General for the state of Florida. I think it's fantastic. You know, Ashley, we've brought this up numerous times, really over the last 6 months or so, but I guess it's getting even more prevalent. And one of your jobs as the Attorney General for the state of Florida is to make our citizens aware of scams. And there is no shortage of scamsters, whether they're domestic, whether they're local, whether they're here in the state, whether they're at some boiler room operation over in Eastern Europe, you know, wherever they're coming from. Scamsters are trying to separate people from their money. And one of these scams is the jury duty scam, which is getting more steam.
Yeah, and this is so big, and thank you so much for highlighting it. I am hearing all over the state. We're getting reports from Tallahassee down to South Florida. This has really picked up steam, and folks are losing a lot of money because the schemes are becoming more and more sophisticated, more believable. In fact, a lot of times these scammers will call people on the phone or get them to respond to emails or text messages and impersonate a law enforcement officer and say that they're going to be arrested because they missed jury duty. They'll even use a real law enforcement officer's name. So if you Google it, it'll come up as a real officer or investigator with a local agency. And so, you know, I've had very, very close friends fall for these things. And I'm telling you, it's hard to discern whether they're legitimate without directly calling the clerk. And I would recommend that to everyone. Remember, the court, and I can tell you this as a former judge, the court will never call you and demand payment and threaten you because you've missed jury duty. That will only happen. Any sort of fine or penalty would only happen after a hearing. And certainly you'll always receive a jury summons in the mail.
Yeah, you're going to get something via mail. It's kind of like the IRS scams. or Social Security scams, they're not calling you up. The IRS is not saying that you're delinquent in taxes, you're going to be arrested unless you make a payment right now over the phone, or Western Union wire money, which is going to end up going to, somewhere in Western Africa or Pakistan or something. That it doesn't happen. And same thing with the jury scams. No one is calling you up saying you missed jury duty, you're going to be arrested, you need to pay the fine right now. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, and here's the thing. They've been throwing in these things that make them seem more and more legitimate. For example, one person reported that they said, look, you can come down here right now to the sheriff's office, and I can talk you through all of this. Well, of course, they bank on the fact no one is going to actually get in their car and drive down to the sheriff's office. And they hope to get those few people to go ahead and get money or give them personal financial information. So it's not just sometimes demanding gift cards or numbers on your financial information. Sometimes it's personal information, private information they'll get from you and use in the future. So, again, these are happening everywhere, all across Florida, very, very sophisticated. And we are really trying to get the word out, and we appreciate you helping us do that.
It's my pleasure. Yesterday, this is also clearly a scam in the making, and I avoided this. I get these occasionally. And A.G. Moody, you might have gotten these yourself, where you get a text message from a phone number just out of nowhere. And, for instance, I got one yesterday, a text message from 240-812-9637. I got this text message, and all it said is, "Are you free right now?" And you'll get these like out of the blue messages, and it's to hook you in, have a conversation, turns into like a little confidence game. It's maybe they're playing it off that they're a woman and they're looking to have a date or whatever. But a lot of these things end up with crooks trying to separate you from your money. Another big one, and I'm sure you guys have dealt with this, the crypto scams via text as well.
Yeah, this is called smishing. And as text messages have become more prevalent and have evolved, the scams that come as a result of this, again, they're trying to get you to click on that link, and generally they're trying to either put malware on your device, some sort of virus to get your information, or they want you to communicate with them to give over your information or to send them something of financial value. And here's the thing. What they will do is send out mass ones. Sometimes they'll say, I'm just going to use an example. This is your bank, and we're frozen your account.
Yep.
And they hope that you actually are a member of the specific bank. They make it look genuine. They'll use a specific bank name. For all those who don't bank there, they're like, oh, that's nothing. For those that do bank there, they're like, oh, no, my bank is telling me my assets.
Yeah, I mean, they send these massive tens of thousands of texts out, whether it's like the old GTE Credit Union or Navy Federal or Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They'll send out all these messages about your account being overdue or this check is bounced or whatever. And they know that there are tons of people that are going to say, I don't bank with Wells Fargo. I don't bank with, Bank of America. But they're going to hit enough people that could fall for the scam. It's a game of numbers, essentially.
It's a game of numbers. You also see this with, they'll say your Amazon package is delayed, hoping that someone is expecting a package because so many people are. And so, this is a trend that we're seeing more and more of. And as so much of commerce has shifted to online, and we're banking online, and banks and other companies are communicating online, it has been like, shooting fish in a barrel for these schemers. And so it's so important that we're educating the public. If anybody has any information or needs more information on some of the most common scams, they can go to myfloridalegal.com. We have some consumer tips, how to file complaints, and how to stay on top of the most common scams we're seeing.
Bottom line is a lot of things coming in via text or even email. A lot of these are scams. Just have your radar up. And if it doesn't seem right, it's probably not right. So, Attorney General Ashley Moody, thank you for joining us. Oh, quickly, by the way, I hope I didn't freak your press secretary out. Did he mention what I?
Oh, yes. In fact, we had a whole team trying to determine whether or not there have been Bigfoot sightings in Florida.
All right, so I mean, it was clearly a joke. So
as the Attorney General And let me just say, as a mother of a young school age child, this is something I should be aware of.
All right, so here's the deal. And Ashley, you've listened to the show for years. You know that we're you know what we do here.
We like to cut up.
So
I told them immediately, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Do not worry about it.
So the Attorney General knew right away. Here's what happened. So Chase Sizemore is the AG's press secretary and is doing his job diligently, just confirming that the Attorney General is going to be on the show tomorrow morning to confirm the subject matter is the jury duty scams. And then I said, yep, topic confirmed, plus the reported Bigfoot sightings in South Tampa. And then I heard nothing.
MJ, that is so you, and I love it. Way to keep them all on their toes.
I knew that you would get it. Anyway, Attorney General Ashley Moody, thanks for coming on the MJ Morning Show.
Great to be with you.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, 7:42 at the MJ Morning Show. We are minutes. Hey, little Bigfoot yuckster.
Tell you what, you're a funny guy.
Yeah, that's all the Attorney General needs is for her staff to be distracted.
Hold on.
That's what I was thinking too.
So
Yeah.
you heard what happened. So they're like, he might ask you about Bigfoot sightings in South Tampa. Do we know about this? They're scrambling, trying to do probably what are the Bigfoot sightings in South Tampa? But obviously, Ashley knew I was joking around, and I thought of that because remember we brought up Joey B, our old producer, and this old audio bite the other day.
I saw a Bigfoot.
So I don't know why I had Bigfoot on the brain.
Those jokes.
I saw a Bigfoot.
Yes.
Those jokes translate so well in emails to professionals, like legal professionals, don't they?
Could you see them scrambling? Wait a minute. You're booked on the MJ Morning Show, but what do we know about Bigfoot sightings in South Tampa?
Get up on this.
No Bigfoot sightings in South Tampa. We are minutes away from the big announcement at 7:45 this morning here on the MJ Morning Show. And then in 17 minutes at 8 o'clock, it's Cash Kitty time. We're going to roll out another $1,000 that you could win with the Cash Kitty at 8 o'clock this morning. Coming up in minutes. Stand by.
Yeah, here's how you know it's a big announcement. MJ printed off a piece of paper that says big news, and he's holding it up like a homeless person on his Instagram.
What do you mean a whole? So Julian came home. I picked up Julian at the airport at about 6:30 last night. Oh, lady got sick in front of him.
Oh no.
Oh, on the airplane.
That's awesome.
Oh, they're like asking for a doctor on the flight. They luckily they did not have to do an emergency landing somewhere. But Julian flew from LaGuardia on Delta. He was like a 3:30 flight, and landing at about 6:30 last night, and I get a text from Julian on the flight. He's on Wi-Fi, so he WhatsApped me, and he says, "Oh my God, lady in front of me just threw up like 5 times," and then they put her on oxygen.
Oh my God!
They brought the oxygen out. She's got the tubes up her nose. I'm like, oh my God! I hope she doesn't start bleeding from her eyeballs with like Ebola or something. I saw the bird flu.
I saw that. It's jumping around from species to species.
Well, yeah. And, now, listen, I don't want to alarm anybody, but, now they're saying could the avian flu, the bird flu that's hitting, now they're finding it in cows, and like milk.
Oh, no. Cow flu?
Yeah. So
just in time for the election, everybody.
But the concern is could this bird flu now be the next COVID-19? Do we have the next, pandemic?
Oh, come on.
Or, we've been able to knock down, like, the bird flus, so hopefully we can. But, hey,
birds aren't even real.
Just
Thank you, Froggy.
Stop it. All right, I've got a great Google review story in just a matter of moments. There is a breastfeeding scam that is sick. Do you know about the lactation breastfeeding scam?
No.
Oh, my God, this is sick beyond belief.
We are your lactation station.
Well, you're right. This is your lactation station, so I'll explain in just a matter of moments. But first, ladies and gentlemen.
Do we have a drum roll or something?
It is time to come on down and hear the major announcement. And I'll tell you what, the price is gonna be right. Thanks, Drew. All right, you're gonna. No, I'd rather be Bob.
Nah, you're Drew.
Nah.
You're more Drew.
Anyway, I still don't get Drew Carey.
What's that to get?
He's just not. He doesn't.
perfect.
He doesn't exude Price is Right host. I'm sorry.
Been doing it 20 years.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't like him. He's not.
He's
Bob,
made it his own.
I'm with you, MJ.
you know they say that some things are well.
Let's just be happy Seacrest isn't doing it. Okay.
Yeah,
oh my
seriously.
God! Yeah,
well,
you're right.
I do agree with that.
Oh my God, that Seacrest is such a dullard. All right, anyway, here we go.
When the nepotism around here ends up with Julian doing the morning show, he's going to do it differently than you. It's okay. It's okay.
Could you imagine like that would ever happen?
All right, so, you know, you hear it said that no one is irreplaceable. I'm sorry, I don't know how you replace Bob Barker. All right, here we go.
All right, here we go.
The major announcement is as follows. We are giving away an enormous amount of cash. So we got the cash kitty going on right now. I got $1,000 with our nationwide contest coming up in 13 minutes at 8 o'clock. But starting Monday next week, so the cash kitty will be coming to a close, and we will be transitioning into the MJ Money Heist, okay? This is, I think that's the name I'm going to go with. I kind of like the MJ Money Heist. We've done some big money in the past, but this is now massive. I don't think anyone's done this in certainly decades and decades. If it's ever been done to this degree in the Tampa Bay radio market. Beginning Monday, we start giving away $40,000 in cash. $40,000. Now, back in January, we did the MJ payday. For a whole week, we gave away $20,000. $1,000 every hour, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock hours. We did that back in January. We've done that in the past. We've given away the laptops, thanks to Don, the IT guy, Team Logic IT St. Pete. We've given away the Microsoft laptops. We've given away the Surface tablets. We've given away dash cams, with the Kemp Law Group. But starting on Monday, folks, the cash tag game, essentially, I'm going to call it the MJ Money Heist, I think. And we're going to give away $40,000. So what does that mean? 2 solid weeks of $1,000 every single hour. So next week, the whole week, every hour, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, your chance to win $1,000. Now, this is local only. This is only MJ Morning Show listeners. It is only you and us. That's it. This is local. All local with the MJ Money Heist. It starts next Monday. So $20,000 next week, and then another $20,000 the following week. So let's all look at the calendar together, ladies and gentlemen. It starts on Monday the 13th through Friday the 17th, and then we come back the next week, and Monday the 20th of May through Friday the 24th of May, another $20,000.
Last 2 weeks of school.
Yeah. So $20,000 next week, another $20,000 the following week, 40. Look, it's making Froggy sneeze. Froggy's choking. Froggy's gagging. Froggy's choking.
Is he vomiting?
I don't know what he's doing.
Oh my God, he really took it hard.
He's so excited.
Froggy, are you okay?
Yeah, Froggy just
Get
started.
back in here.
Froggy, you all right?
A little bit of a sniffle.
All right, Froggy just started hacking and gagging over here and had to race out of the studio.
Oh my God.
All right, but folks, this is huge.
Yeah.
You tell me the last time a radio morning show or radio station in the Tampa Bay market gave away $40,000 in cash.
Oof.
You tell me the last time that's happened. All right, further details are on the way. Our sponsors, everything is on the way. More details tomorrow morning, but that's the big announcement. Starting on Monday, your chance to win $1,000 every single hour. Next week and then the week after, a total of $40,000. Folks, $41,000 winners here on the MJ Morning Show and only the MJ Morning Show. 6 to 10 a.m. every morning here on Q105, 104.7 FM. You want to spread the word on this.
That's amazing.
Listen,
It's amazing.
This is huge.
It is.
It's massive. It's bigger than big. All right, I'm excited. And we're going to do it with the cash tag fashion where the first winner next Monday in the 6 o'clock hour will be just caller number whatever. And then that primes the pump. And you always have to know the previous hour's winner's first name. So next Monday, let's say 6:30, we give away the first $1,000. I take caller number 55, and then I say, hey, what's your name?
Cliff.
Let's say
Cliff.
it's Cliff.
Hi, I'm Cliff.
It's Cliff.
Yeah, I'm from Valrico.
right.
I'm really excited.
So,
Long time listener.
right.
I love you guys. Am I the winner?
Thanks, Cliff.
Oh, wow.
Thanks.
Hey, I'm Cliff. Cliff from Valrico.
What if it was Cajun Fester that won?
I would not be eligible
That's right.
to be a winner.
That's right.
Because everybody knows I live in a parish not too far from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
And it has to be a Tampa Bay winner, right? It has to be somebody in our Q105 listening area to be the winner.
Right.
Yeah. So screw Cajun Fester. I guarantee go Tigers.
All right. So I'm excited. So next Monday, first winner in the 6 o'clock hour.
Cliff.
Let's say it's Cliff.
Cliff from Valrico.
So then in the 7 o'clock hour.
Oh, do they need to know the name in the city?
No, you don't need the city. All you need is just.
So why are you making it so difficult?
Because it's $1,000 every hour, man.
Fester. It's just the name.
Chill, dude.
So in the 7 o'clock hour, people need to know who won last hour in the 6.
So Marion Mulberry calls in the 7 o'clock hour.
Right.
And she has to know.
Right. That it's Cliff.
From.
And then you don't need the city. All right. Then in the 8 o'clock hour, you need to know it's Mary, and so on. You always just have to know the previous hour's winner's first name.
8 o'clock hour is Herb.
And
Herb has to know Mary.
And be the first.
Ooh.
Mary has to know Cliff.
Right. You know what would be really fun if we
What?
made them know all of them.
Right?
No.
Well, Monday it was
no.
Cliff,
Stop.
It's like the alphabet
Mary,
game.
and
The alphabet
Herb.
game.
Stop
Yes.
confusing it.
Imagine Friday's 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock winner.
Fester, knock it off. You're messing this whole thing up.
Oh, man.
All right, you're making it more difficult.
I'm confused.
So you have to know all the winners.
No,
of
you
all the
shut
names.
up!
If
You're ruining my contest.
And you have to spell them
Stop.
backwards.
No, you don't need to spell it
God.
backwards.
That's ridiculous,
Like,
Roxanne.
all you need to know is the previous hour's first name winner and be the right caller, and that's what it is. So $20,000 a week. It's $1,000 an hour. We're just having a lot of winners. We're spreading out the wealth with the MJ Money Heist, and it's going to be next week and the following week, $1,000 every hour. So $20,000 a week, 20 winners at $1,000 apiece, and the next week another 20. A total of 40 winners at $1,000 apiece equals we're giving away $40,000 cash beginning on Monday here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So I'm excited. 7:54, let's talk about the breastfeeding lactation scam. You know, this is kind of fitting. We just had the Attorney General, Ashley Moody, on, and she was talking about the jury duty scam, and this is really circulating. You know, people getting scared. Oh, you missed jury duty. You're going to be arrested. You got to make a fine payment right now. Blah. Don't fall for it, folks. Big scam. This is another one. This is sick. This is really a sicko. It turns out that somebody on Facebook was posing as a lactation specialist and consultant, and had women send pictures breastfeeding their babies to see if the positioning was right, or, you know, the latch, you know, the whole,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the whole latch thing.
No.
That's crazy.
And now they're saying that it looks like it might be a total racket, and you had thousands of women sending pictures breastfeeding to some sicko posing as a lactation specialist on Facebook.
And who knows what he's going to do with these? Maybe it's just for his own pleasure, or creepy pleasure, or maybe didn't we talk about a story?
Why'd you say he? Maybe it's a creepy woman.
Well, I'm going to go with he. But what if it's? Remember when we talked about this a couple weeks ago? That on IG they don't let you show boob, but they do if you're breastfeeding. Maybe he's curating all this content to create an IG breastfeeding boob channel account to be able to profit off. So your pictures could have been sent to him, and now he's using them on IG.
Whoa.
That's scary.
I think he's just tubing it to him.
Really?
Oh, jeez, stop.
I don't think he's going that
All
deep.
right.
I don't know, maybe.
I mean, if he puts him on Instagram, he just earned my follow.
Listen to this. Breastfeeding mom sent naked photos, videos to purported lactation consultant on Facebook. Now they fear it was a scam. Kathy Marie Chan is similar to the name of a real lactation consultant who is listed on the Public International Board Certified Lactation Consultant Commission Certification Registry. Though they have different middle names, several Facebook group members told the Chicago Tribune they had assumed that the real credentialed lactation consultant was the same person they were communicating with on the social media platform. The Chicago Tribune reached out to the real lactation consultant who said that she was not aware of the situation, adding that she was not affiliated with Kathy Marie Chan. I was never part of these Facebook groups, and I have no leads to who this person is. Therefore, I have no further information about what occurred. Oh, man. The Chicago Tribune searched all 50 states and could find no business named Chan Lactation LLC. The website, once used by Kathy Marie Chan to accept payment for services, shows an error message. I feel hurt, betrayed, said Christina Gonzalez, 35, who is a member of several Facebook groups. Anyway, it seems that maybe thousands of women sent breastfeeding videos and pictures to a scamster that just wanted pictures of women's boobs breastfeeding a baby. How sick is that?
Ugh. That's so sick. You're already stressed out trying to figure out how to. First kid is so difficult. It hurts so bad.
Had to get that right latch.
Yeah.
I just remember, Michelle breastfed both of our kids, and you want to hear something funny?
I love funny breastfeeding stories.
You want to hear
Tell.
something? We were out in Plant City not long ago because we were headed out to see Jim McFarland, America's cobbler. This internationally known cobbler is right in Lakeland, Jim McFarland.
Right.
So Jim invited us out. We had a couple of shoes for him to fix. And we stopped at Fred's Marketplace. And when Michelle used to work for the state attorney's office in Tampa, Michelle was an assistant state attorney for the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office after she got out of Stetson Law. And she was in Tampa for a while. Then she was asked if she wanted to go to, Plant City. It's small office, and she and a friend, they got to kind of be their own bosses out in Plant City. They loved it. So Michelle was pregnant, toward the end of her tenure there at the state attorney's office, and she actually, even after we had the baby, she stayed on with the state attorney's office. There is like a wall. The point is we stopped at the state attorney's office.
Okay. All right.
We stopped a couple of weeks back, month and a half ago. And there's a cork board with all kinds of photos of like the office's attorneys over the years. It's like the Wall of Fame. And there's a picture of Michelle on the cork board 22 years ago, whatever it was, 23 years ago. Michelle is pictured on the board holding up like the bags of milk that
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yes, way to be remembered.
And there's even a caption that says "Got milk," and it's Michelle still on the Hillsborough County State Attorney's Office board out in Plant City.
I love that.
Boy, those lawyers are real punny out there.
Anyway, hopefully, folks, we have no listeners that fell for this creep that's pretending to be a lactation consultant, soliciting pictures and videos from women who are seeking assistance in their baby breastfeeding.
And you're so tired. You're trying to figure it out and emotional, and then you end up sending photos to a creep. Then they're going to be blaming themselves. How did I fall for that?
How sick is that? All right, 8 o'clock exactly at the MJ Morning Show. Time for the Cash Kitty. Are you ready? Here we go. 8 o'clock word is sweep. So this hour's word is sweep. S-W-E-E-P. Sweep. Text the word sweep nationwide right now to 45911 before 8:15, before quarter after, for a shot at $1,000 cash. Or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myQ105.com. So this hour's word is sweep. S-W-E-E-P. That's sweep. good luck, Cash Kitty. And it'll happen again at 10 a.m. right after the morning show, and then noon, 3, and 5 p.m. The Cash Kitty is on the MJ Morning Show and on Q105. This is a day of crazy crap. There is a customer that left a kind of a shoddy review for a restaurant. The restaurant owner then reaches out to the customer with a Google Calendar invite to fight him.
Seems
That's awesome.
I don't know that violence is the answer to many things, but
It's sophisticated violence. It's not just an invite to fight him. It's a Google Calendar invite.
We know that in many cases when somebody leaves a review, whether it's a good review, a poor review, you leave a 5-star review. Hey, food was great. The service was spectacular, whatever. And a lot of times they'll respond, thank you so much. We really hope you come back. Thanks for the nice review. But also, a lot of times when you leave a bad review for a place, the ownership, the management will respond and saying, hey, we're so sorry about the experience. What can we do to make this right? We'll try better next time. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Whatever. There's any variety. In this case, an individual left a negative review and then got a response from the restaurant owner inviting them to a smackdown. I want to fight you. You left me a bad review. I want to beat your face in.
That's right.
The guy's name is Adam, and he says that he and a friend, they stopped at a new restaurant that had 4.3 stars on Google from 7 reviews. It's kind of low on the review side. But listen, you got to start somewhere if you're a new place. They didn't have a great impression when they walked in, and then they got their food, and they found the food to be awful. They said the food was inedible. So they said the food was inedible.
No, it was inedible.
It was inedible. He says, we're not confrontational people, so we just asked the waiter, can we get our check? When the waiter pointed out that they hadn't touched their food, they just claimed that they weren't very hungry. So
that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Rather than that being the end of things, Adam says a 6'8", 350-pound NFL linebacker came out from the back to ask why they didn't like his cooking.
Golly.
He reportedly went into a lengthy rant about how he had a vision for this restaurant while he was in jail.
Oh, God.
and opened it up 3 months prior and has had no complaints. The fact that no one's complained in the past 3 months is probably the fact that you look like an NFL linebacker.
What's the name of this place?
I don't have the name of the place.
What?
Yeah, I don't have. This is a great story.
I want to go there.
You have a problem with
Yeah.
my cooking?
Nope.
Hang on.
Delicious, sir.
Let me read the rest of the story. So, they leave, right? Adam described an escalating back and forth between the owner, chef, and him, and then finally they get out of there. So when they left, they decided to post a review on Google Reviews. Within a couple of hours, he says the owner had publicly replied asking Adam to email him so he could send him a gift card to make up for what went down.
Oh, no.
Adam shared his email, then received the alleged response from the restaurant owner and said, I'm not giving you bleep.
There you go.
So the S-bomb. So under false pretenses, the NFL linebacker, 6'8", 350-pound chef owner, recently out of prison, then says, I'm not giving you jack bleep. I'm giving you nothing. After under the pretense that give me your email address, we'll send you a gift card.
Sounds like he's pulled this a few times.
Then he writes back.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder how many people he murdered in prison.
Right?
How many people he shanked.
Jeez.
He said, so he sends an email back. I'm not giving you, nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. All right. Keep your bleepy reviews to yourself. Then Adam says the owner followed at 3:46 a.m. with a Google Calendar invite for a parking lot beatdown session.
Ooh, I will accept that.
My God. Friday, April 26th at 9:30 p.m. with an additional description of food will be served.
Oh, wow.
Knuckle sandwiches.
Oh, come on.
Really?
That is the cheesiest cheese.
Adam claims he declined the invite. Adam also declined to name the restaurant in question. So, I mean, is it a real story? Is it a fake story? Anyway, I thought it was a great story.
Sounds like a...
I mean, not too many guys get out of prison and go right into restaurant ownership.
What's wrong with my
I
food?
mean, you really have to be proud of that guy.
Yeah.
You see him performed until he wanted to kill the patron.
Oh, the parking lot beatdown. Hey, give me your email address. I want to send you a gift card. And then
Gotcha.
I'm not giving you bleep. And then I want to invite you to a parking lot ass kicking. Oh, man. Just some weird stuff. There is another tipping scam that you got to be aware of. This is like the day of scams. This is like Scam Awareness Day here on the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, because so far we've talked jury duty scam.
Yep.
We've talked lactation scam.
Yes.
It's a lot of scams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only scam that's not going on is the fact that we're going to give away $40,000 in cash
That's real.
beginning next Monday with the MJ Money Heist and your chance to win $1,000 every hour for the next 2 weeks starting on Monday. Every hour during the MJ Morning Show if you just missed the big announcement. And more details will be forthcoming. Listen to this one. There's a new tipping scam where the numbers don't add up. The percentages are way off. Has anyone encountered this?
Where it says you're tipping 18%, but it's really like 22%.
Yeah. So,
Whoa.
someone noticed that, hey, that doesn't seem right. And then they did the math. They took pictures of the screens and then realized that it was all messed up. So we've talked about tipflation. We've talked about tip guilting and the fact that we're expected now to tip everywhere where we never tipped before. And I'm not falling for it. I will not be guilt tipped. No, it's not going to happen. And listen to this racket. On April 27th, an Instagram user, BigBo7, put a video up about a restaurant's pay at the table little interface, the little screen where you can pay at the table on the tablet. And the typical tip amount options, 15%, 18%, 20, 25, and then custom. The Instagram user pointed out that although the check amount was listed at $27, the 25% tip option came out to $10.37. That's not a 25% tip. It's almost a 38% tip. So you think you're tipping a certain percentage, but the actual dollar amount is inflated. So how many places are doing this? You got to take a look at your check number, how much it is, and then see if the percentage really corresponds. If service is good, I leave 20%. And that's easy. You just 10% double it. It's very, very easy to come up with that number. You can do it in your head in 2 seconds. But this Big Bo 7 said that every single choice, 15, 18, 20, 25%, every pre-selected choice was way off. So they said, hey, whenever you choose to use these kiosks or these screens, check the math. And, even, we calculate before tax or after tax. Have you noticed also a lot of places are calculating after tax now as well?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times tips are left pre-tax. If you get great service, there's nothing wrong with leaving the tip post-tax. But a lot of places now are just immediately offering the tips post-tax and not pre-tax.
You know what I've noticed lately? Sometimes you'll go to a restaurant, and this has less to do with the takeout, more to do with when you're dining in, and they will have, maybe you have a party of 6, right? So that's kind of on the bubble as to whether you'd add a gratuity, the restaurant would. But sometimes you'll get your check, they've added a gratuity. I like it when the server points that out. Like, hey, by the way, there's already a gratuity added if you'd like to add more. If they don't point it out, I'm kind of like, wait, you didn't tell me, and I just added a full 20%.
Heads up, Festa, you've been quiet. You've been going through what? His Instagram post?
I've been thinking about last restaurant I went to where I actually have to leave a tip.
Yeah.
And I fought the guy on charging me for a drink.
You fought the guy?
Yeah. Because
Did you challenge him with a Google,
Hold on.
Google
because
Why
calendar
would
alert?
you fight the
I
guy?
was like,
on-
hey, he charged me for the drinks for the kids.
Yeah.
God, you and the
And
free
the
stuff
kids
for the
meal
kids.
comes with a drink. I was like, hey, pal. I go, look, you charged me $2.99 for 2 kids' drinks. I go, look, they came with the kids' meal, so you got to take them off because that's your tip. Left him money. Out with that.
God, you're
What?
the
Oh,
worst.
You did what?
Yeah. Well, the bill came to whatever it came to, $55, $60,
Right.
whatever it was, right? And I was like, whoa, we got charged for 4 drinks. We should only get charged for
So
2.
wait a minute. You nicked him on the tip
I was like,
because...
No, I gave him the right tip.
Okay.
But the tips came out of the drink. I was like, look, you got to return these 2 drinks to the bill. You can keep it, though. It's all your
Yeah,
tip.
but he erroneously charged you, and
Right.
they should come off.
They
So
should've.
what did he say about charging you for the drinks when the drinks came with your kids' meals?
Oh, sorry, sir. Yeah, something like that.
Jeez.
You know, just some waiter guy who's not, I don't go to the Mensa restaurant
I'm
of
sure
servers.
he sounded like that.
Yeah, he was, sorry, sir.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So he made a mistake.
Yeah.
8:12 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm going to get this out of the way now because it is not going to be part of the story.
What?
Huh, what?
What? Okay. Let's see how this
Am
goes.
I baffling you?
Let's see how that goes. I'll always give you
I'm
enough
telling
hope.
you right now, I am getting this out of the way now because it is not going to be part of the story. We are not going to make light of this.
Oh.
So we're going to get this out of our system now. You know when you get the kids to, get all crazy and wiggle their arms and legs and get all the wigglies out right now?
Like when I have my daughter tell
Yep.
me all the dirty jokes before she gets to grandma's house, just
There
to get
you-
it out of her system.
There you go.
Right.
All right, I'm getting this out of the system now because we're not going to mention this during the actual terrible, terrible story.
Hit the gas instead of the brake. Another old fart makes a big mistake.
Oh my God.
Okay, that makes sense.
We are not going to be using the custom instrumental only and singing our own lyrics. It is not going to happen. All right?
I can't promise that.
Now, I'm telling you right now, Froggy, Fester, everyone.
One of my favorite things to do is to sing along to that jingle.
We're not doing it.
What's the point? What are we
All
here
right.
for?
All right?
Can I do one?
Come on, let's just do a couple.
All right. No, we're not. All right?
Just one.
The bottom line is
Do
the
it,
actual...
Thursday.
Stop.
Oh, yo, you're doing it. I'm doing it. What
Stop.
you doing it?
I'm doing it.
Ah,
Stop.
damn it. All right. Do over.
So...
Son of
The actual facts are bad enough. The upcoming story is really rough.
Okay.
All right,
Good one.
Can't you
Good
sing
one.
on beat?
Good one.
that was close.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, that was
You know,
close.
you're a
I'm
little
sorry.
lacking.
All right, you
Listen
want me to do
over
it?
here.
Wait.
Yeah, try to.
The upcoming story is pretty rough. I forgot what I
the
said.
first time was better.
Tough and rough.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
no.
Okay.
It's
All right,
coming. yeah.
Anyway,
Let's do the story so
no.
you can get writing.
Oh.
no. I'm doing the story, and we are not. I told you, we're getting that out of the way now.
Lame.
I already have one.
All right, Fester knows the story.
I already have one. As
No.
soon as I saw it.
No.
How do you know the story?
I saw the story last night. And
Yeah.
I was like,
I saw when I brought this up. I saw as soon as I played the hit the gas instead of the brake.
it came to me
I saw
instantly.
Fester do the affirmative nod.
I knew
Okay.
it last night.
Yeah.
Well, you do realize now that you've started it like this, that the entire
Right.
time you're telling the story, we're going to be thinking of
All
lyrics.
right, you know what? I'll cancel the story. I won't do the story.
How
That's
can
it.
I get it?
Canceled.
Whoa, stop. You said we're going to do. Damn it.
Canceled.
You said we're going to do this so we can get it out of our system. Now you have to let me get it out of my system, and then we can do the story.
No, we can't take the facts of the story.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo?
Yeah, how
You
is
gotta
that
do
out
the
of my
story.
system?
What are you booing me?
It's
Do
in my
the
system.
story. I'll hit.
I'm in my system now.
No. I'm gonna tell the story. We are not going to cut.
I see it bubbling out of his
Well,
system.
it's not going
I
to
just
happen.
want to say it.
It's terrible.
Can I
and
just say the words
no,
unrelated to the next
we
story?
are not making light of this. No, guys, I
This
need
sucks.
give me your assurance, or else I'm not doing the story.
My shirt.
Are we hitting the brakes instead of the gas on our lyrics on this story?
Give me your assurance, or I'm not doing the story.
This is terrible.
Sure, I
got
promise.
the
Fester,
perfect
can you
song.
control yourself?
No, I don't know.
All right, here's the deal.
She took her sister.
Okay,
Stop,
stop.
knock it off.
You can't do it yet.
Stop! No,
I like it.
no. I'm turning your mic off.
If I say it now.
I'm turning your stop.
If I say it now, it's just words
No.
unrelated to anything,
No.
and it's out of my
No.
system, and then
No.
you can do the story free and
No,
clear.
there's nothing. This is an awful story. There's nothing
It's
humorous. All right. When 88-year-olds, 87-year-olds plow their cars through a 7-Eleven or through the beauty salon
Yes.
or
Through a fishing bait shop. My grandma did that.
or
That's right,
through
yeah.
Dr. Todd Rosenblum's medical office 3 or 4 times in West Tampa.
Yeah.
All right. That's when no one gets hurt and grandma drives through a storefront.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. All right. That no one's hurt, no one's injured, but I'm sorry. There's nothing humorous about this. An 87-year-old woman dropped her 86-year-old sister off and then ran over the sister. This is
That's not funny at all.
it's not. That's why
It's not funny.
That's
You're
why,
right.
That's why, because the story says she hit the gas accidentally. And of course, our whole thing that we've been talking about for decades on this show about hit the gas instead of the brake, and our funny little songs, those refer to the 89-year-old woman driving through a pet store. Okay,
Right.
and nobody's hurt.
But
Not
that-
even the canaries are hurt.
But
not
that-
even the budgies are hurt.
But that's why we just had to get it out of your system, part.
Not even the gerbils are hurt. Except when Richard Gere comes by. No, kidding. That's
No, they're very comfortable.
They weren't hurt. They were in love. All right, MJ, that's why we had to get it out of your system, part of this story, and none of us got to get it out of our system.
No, we're not making an 86-year-old woman has passed away. She was run over by her 87-year-old sister. 86-year-old run over by her 87-year-old sister. Dropped her off at the house up in Pasco. This happened yesterday about 4:30 p.m. up in Port Richey. According to the FHP, the victim went to check the mail after the sister dropped her off. The sister was backing out of the driveway, and the 87-year-old hit the gas pedal instead of the brake. I mean, it says it in the story.
It's
According
brutal.
to the FHP, the 87-year-old hit the gas instead of the brake and drove the vehicle over her sister as she stood at the mailbox. It's terrible.
That's awful.
That's why I'm saying that there's nothing that is humorous about it. There's nothing. All of our hit the gas instead of the brake stories are always, no one gets hurt in our hit the gas instead of the brake stories. So that's why I'm saying we're not doing it. But I have to do the story.
Fine.
The victim was not identified, passed away at the scene. Can you imagine? 86 years old and you get run over by your 87-year-old sister? I'm guessing that was her last day of driving yesterday. What do you think?
It's time to put up the keys, Grandma.
Guys, don't joke.
Hey, I'm sorry for that's not a joke,
Yeah.
but Fester's being right. Fester's being accurate. But I'm sorry for the Debbie.
What
Yeah.
rhymes with my sister killed me?
All right, Froggy, stop. It's
Just kidding.
I mean, I had lunch and crunch in my song, but I'm not going to say it.
Hold
I'm
on.
not going to say it.
I didn't hear you.
You don't want to hear what I had to say. It's okay.
Well, Andrew was talking in my ear, so I didn't hear what
Fine.
you mumbled.
It's fine. No, I mean, it's still in my system, so I have to expel it later.
Expel what later? You're not expelling it on this show.
He's gonna go sing it outside.
I'll expel it in my car as I'm driving home.
Hey, Roxanne, do you get eyelash extensions?
Yeah, I'm going today.
Oh, wow.
Is there some kind of deal where eyelash extension prices are going through the roof?
You know what's? It's funny you say that because I just got an email from my eyelash extension esthetician, and she did raise the prices. So that is correct, and I don't know if it's supplies. I don't know what it is, but yeah, the prices are going up. I have to look and see how much they've gone up by.
You don't know if it supplies what? Horsehair is not available anymore?
I know. I forget what the email said. I need to find this. But I'm not stopping getting my eyelashes.
Are eyelash extensions, are they like synthetic or are they like, like goat tail?
Depends what, I mean, I think they're synthetic.
Okay,
The ones I get
know.
are synthetic.
I don't know.
But this is something that I like to do because then you don't have to put on mascara on your upper eyelashes. And it's just, you wake
Amen
up.
to that.
Yeah.
By the way, Michelle just sent me a correction text. I don't know why I had Rosenblum on the brain, but the elderly drivers that kept driving through the doctor's office in West Tampa, Todd Rosenthal, which is, I know him, so I meant to say Rosenthal, but I think I might have said Rosenblum. Is that? I'm just going to call him Dr. Rosen, like in Fletch. What do you think, Dr. Rosen? That's what. That's what. No, but seriously, we know this doctor, Todd Rosenthal, and I think they had 3 elderly patients literally drive their cars through the waiting room. And they finally had to put up those 7-Eleven, Circle K, the yellow concrete and steel bollards.
Yeah.
Where you had to drill them into the ground. They finally had to put those up so they would stop the elderly patients from driving through the waiting room. I mean, car puncturing the wall like a Roadrunner cartoon. I mean, in the, like
That'd be fun.
Big ass Oldsmobiles and Buicks in the waiting room. Here for my appointment, sonny. All right. So, back to the eyelash extensions. Now, there's a whole story here how makeup fans are getting rid of professional lash extensions because the prices are skyrocketing.
Okay, my price isn't skyrocketing. I just found my email, and she says, I haven't changed my lash prices in almost 3 years. Prices of everything else are going up. So she's increasing by $5.
All right, that doesn't seem
Yeah.
debilitatingly
Yeah,
expensive.
$5 is not a massive
deal with that.
increase.
No.
But according to this story, some of the price increases are much greater than that. So I figured you'd be the one to know.
Yeah, my lash appointment, what I tell myself is it's not just getting my lashes done. I use it as meditation because I just lie there and I feel like I'm floating on the table. And she's so gentle. I've gone to some lash extension providers where it's a little bit painful.
How much do you pay? How much are your...
Well, now I pay...
Well, you're going today, right?
Yes.
Look, I mean, look at the timing on this thing.
Yeah.
So Roxanne is going for eyelash extensions today. How much has it been previously?
I like to get mine filled every 3 weeks.
Well, listen, just answer.
No,
How much do you pay?
I have to set this up. People who get their lashes done, this will make a
Right.
difference to them.
All right.
Most people get their lashes done every 2 weeks. And for that, they charge $70, going up to $75. I am a 3-weeker. I like to push my beauty treatments as long as I can and get to my ugliest and most disheveled and then bounce back to a put together self.
So it's like, what happened to Roxanne
Yes.
overnight? Whoa.
Yes, exactly. So
So you like to get close to, wow, Roxanne's really let
she's
herself
falling
go.
apart. She's falling apart.
Okay,
I
all
do that
right.
with all my beauty treatments, Botox,
Wow.
hair,
Have you
everything.
seen Roxanne? She's really let herself go.
On the cusp of just...
It's like the guy doesn't wash his car until it's covered with soot.
There
It's
you
like,
go.
Hey, wow. look
And
at
then it's
Roxanne.
like you got a brand new car.
Can you do me a personal favor, Roxanne?
Yeah, what is it?
Can you get the huge eyelashes that look like
spider legs?
Oh my gosh, this is so weird.
Big
That's
one.
what I
just one time, and then like in 3 weeks you can do something different.
I dreamed I got those
Yeah.
last night. I'm having deja vu. And they were like this. They were so sharp
They're
that
like
they were pointing
they're
at
like spider legs or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I want them so heavy
You know what?
that it struggles to keep your eyes open.
Can I tell you where I see those a lot?
Where?
When I dare to venture into the Walmart at 275 in Dale Mabry.
Sure, it's a look.
I'll get my gas there.
Yeah.
But
It's a look.
The Walmart's kind of a third world war zone in there. That particular Walmart. What do they call it?
A problem store.
Yeah, no. It's a challenging store.
Okay.
There's a complex. That's what. Yeah. So the internal talk in Walmart, if you have a store that's problematic, they call it a complex store. And the store at Dale Mabry in 275 is a complex store. So I've seen a lot of the gigantic eyelashes. They look like rakes out of the garden center.
Yes.
All right.
This is so weird because I dreamed that I had those and they were sharp.
Could you do it just this one time?
I like low key. You know
Can you
that.
think about? I know you like low key, but just one time.
All right, listen. You might like low key, but I do commercials for Veterans Ford and for the Morgan Auto Group. So okay,
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Five people over there, but still, we got our groups.
But listen to this. According to this Daily Mail story, here are the price breakdowns for lash extensions. A full set of lash extensions done professionally start around $150, but can cost upwards of $300. So,
yeah, that's first go round.
But Oh, that's first go?
Yeah, what the prices I gave you are
Because
just for fill.
you said $70.
Yeah, for fill.
All right, so
maintenance.
how much for the first time? It's 150 plus?
I can't remember the last time yeah, it is 150 plus. It's got to be. But the last time I got a full lash was when I was pregnant with Daviana.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew, heads up. Shorty Shane's coming in.
What's he getting? Lash extensions?
No, Shorty Shane's going to be here around 8:30. And he's got some legal issues. He's got some problems.
no.
Yeah, we got to
Maybe
talk.
we can
to
help him.
Yeah, well, that's why I've invited him in. Hey, Andrew, why are calls on hold? What am I?
Do they know about lash extensions?
Hold on, eyelash calls.
All right.
Grace, you're on the MJ Morning Show in Tampa. Hi, Grace. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. I'm on the commute listening to y'all, and all I can think about is when I was in New Orleans with my husband, and he was eating a bag of like some chips, like the New Orleans chips. I think they're Zaps. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Zaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the best chips.
Was he
right?
eating the
whole
Cajun
wide
flavor?
world. No, this was the I think it was like Voodoo, maybe.
I'll tell you right now, Zaps there.
You're in New Orleans. There's this great little
Yeah.
Ruse's little shop,
Yeah.
market, and you've had drinks, and you can find everything you possibly need to take back to your hotel. Well, anyway, he's so hungry. We're just having a great time, and he reached into the bag of chips, and there was a huge black eyelash extension.
In all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
Listen, if
man.
it falls off,
It was so gross. It was really, really big. So thank you for reminding me as I'm driving.
Oh my God! So somebody at the Zaps factory, some woman lost her eyelash extension in the bag of chips.
Woman or a guy,
Or a
you
man.
never know.
We don't
but
know.
yeah, I
Yeah, we
mean,
don't
it
judge.
was huge. Like, how can you be
Could
walking
have been James Gum.
that at work?
It's more.
Is that your eyelash?
Oh man! I mean, you wear a hairnet over your beard and your hair, but nothing over the eyelashes.
You need an eye net.
Gracie, can you tell me something? Are you about a size 14?
Those are some great big eyelashes.
All right. All right, Gracie, thanks.
Gracie, thank you.
Thanks for calling in. All
You're welcome.
right, have a great
She
day.
said.
I mean, but
He said, "I can smell your eyelashes."
And let me point something out. I didn't solicit that call. We love it when people just call in. If you ever have to add something to anything we're talking about, just phone in.
Go on.
You don't have to wait for me to do a phone topic and say, "Hey, call in." You don't have to wait for that. If you have something to add and Andrew, our producer, deems it worthy, we'll put you right on like Gracie. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Yes, Fester.
I will say, with or without eyelashes, Zapp's potato chips are really good.
I don't know.
I haven't had much of it. I had them a couple of times, but they're like a kettle.
It's a
chip.
New
So
Orleans
real crunchy.
chip. How do
Yeah.
you not know about it, Cajun
I'm
Fest?
trying. Now, I'm aware of the brand. I'm just trying to remember if I've ever had a Zapp's
Walgreens carries them now.
potato
this is-
chip.
This is a drugstore, convenience store brand. That's
I
what
love the Route 11s, which are out of the mountains of Virginia.
Virginia, yeah.
Route 11 potato chips out of, not far from Charlottesville, around there. That's a good potato chip. Route 11, Virginia potato chips.
All right.
So you didn't work at the Cajun Fester, man.
I tried, but Gracie wouldn't let me. She's telling her lame story about and I'm like, that potato chip, it's the finest of all Jefferson Parish.
It is 8:29 at the MJ Morning Show. Let me see if Shorty Shane has arrived. Making my way upstairs. Hey,
All right, I'll go get him.
Can you, Andrew, just run and get him real quick?
All right, I'll go get him.
All right, yeah. Grab Shorty Shane. He's in the lobby right now. And yeah, Shorty Shane's got some legal troubles. We got to talk about that here in just a minute.
Has he been arrested?
Ladies and gentlemen, we made no, he's not been arrested.
Okay, all right.
We made a massive announcement about 45 minutes ago at 7:45. We are giving away some serious freaking money starting next week. So, of course, we have the Cash Kitty, which has been going on for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. The Cash Kitty happens again at 10 a.m. this morning. Your chance to win $1,000 at 10 a.m. by listening for the keyword. Then noon, 3, 5 p.m. today. Cash Kitty's been great. But next week, Monday morning, 6 a.m., we start blowing out serious money. $20,000 cash a week. It's the MJ Money Heist. The $40,000 MJ Money Heist. And your chance to win $1,000 every single hour, every day for 2 weeks. And it is MJ Morning Show listeners only. It is only those that listen to this show, the MJ Morning Show, only on Q105, 104.7 FM here in Tampa Bay. It is exclusive to you, the MJ Morning Show listener. Starting next Monday, we're giving away $1,000 every hour, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock hours, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We've done this in the past, and it's been $20,000 for 1 week. Doubling the offer. So now it's going to be 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Ooh.
So $40,000 we're giving away over 2 weeks starting on Monday.
Think about what you could do with that money as you go into your summer vacation. Make some summer vacation plans.
Nice.
So that's what it's called, MJ, because I want to talk about this middays. $40,000 MJ Money Heist.
Yes.
Whoa.
Spread the word.
It's the $40,000 MJ Money Heist, and it starts next Monday at 6 a.m. right here on the MJ Morning Show. Shorty Shane in the house. He's got a crazy story. He needs some legal help. We'll help Shorty Shane out here in just a minute. Also, just a little note, there's going to be a noise advisory for downtown Tampa tomorrow. Folks, do not think that downtown Tampa is under attack from military aircraft. Is there something going on like a convention center? So here's the deal. A noise advisory has been issued for tomorrow, Wednesday, the 8th of May, for a military showcase that's happening in downtown Tampa. According to the city of Tampa, there will be explosions.
That is awesome.
Whoa.
I want to be.
What do you say, Fester?
I want to be in downtown.
Hold on. What did you say?
I want to go down.
What?
I want to watch it.
What? I can't. What?
Invasion.
That's loud.
What is Lakeland finally attacking? What, is Lakeland growing some balls and going to attack Tampa?
No, it's Wachula is coming after us. All right, so explosions, simulated gunfire. You're going to have helicopters buzzing the city.
Dude.
And it's going to happen between noon and 1 o'clock tomorrow because the U.S. Special Operations Command is having some kind of a demonstration.
That's awesome.
Yeah. 170 U.S. Special Operations Command and service members from 10 different countries will be in town, and this will be some type of an exercise.
What?
They're doing a mock exercise, and it's the protection and the defense of the city of Tampa from, quote, hostile invaders. That's what it says on the presser. Yeah.
What is this, like in high school when they brought like a fake car crash to give you tell you not to drink and drive? They're supposed to scare us
This
into.
is like a military.
I don't understand.
exercise.
This is going to freak me out. I'm going to forget
It's
about
like
it.
a convention or something.
Yeah.
So helicopters, boats, ATVs. There'll be scuba divers, drones, and all kinds of crap. Bombs, gunfire, explosions. How about flashbangs?
So is tomorrow the best or worst day to pull off a bank robbery in downtown?
Oh, speaking of that, I have a bank robbery distraction story I got to get to. Thanks for reminding me
Okay,
about
I didn't
that.
even know.
Yes, Andrew.
Isn't this a city that loses to a bunch of fake pirates every year?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
We always lose to those guys. You're right.
Tell you what, let's unleash the military on those pirates next year.
no kidding.
That's what we
that
ought to
ship.
do. They ought to reschedule this for Gasparilla Saturday morning.
My accountant won't seem so smug next
Yeah,
year when the
exactly.
army attacks him.
He has the fake scar.
Yep. All those drunk lawyers running around.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Why is it always the drunk
It
lawyers?
is. It's drunk.
Hey, don't slip and fall.
Does my scar look okay?
Guess what? I've known a drunk lawyer or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Jesus. It's a little inside baseball.
Yeah, I know,
That's okay.
I
If you
know-
get it, you get it.
I know a couple of disbarred degenerates also.
Oh,
But we also know wonderful lawyers as well.
Yes.
I do know some.
Yeah.
I do know some good lawyers
Fantastic.
as well.
Especially your
Yeah.
wife.
Yes.
You know, it's great when you can laugh. about
Anyway,
things.
so the noise advisory tomorrow is going to be around the Tampa Convention Center.
That's awesome. I want to see that.
So if you
Yeah,
have
no kidding.
any loud noise sensory issues,
How many people are going to freak out when they see all this stuff?
If right after
yeah,
the show,
how many people don't get the notice?
Aliens are coming! Like we're being invaded. What the hell's happening?
I mean, well, can we go to the top of like the Pan My Oreo garage and just like get buzzed by like Blackhawks?
Sounds like
That
it.
sounds pretty awesome.
Sounds like it's going to be like a video game out here.
No kidding.
Strafed.
It's like World of Warfare.
Yeah. So tomorrow downtown Tampa,
Hey, something totally different.
it's going to be a show.
Do we have any more information as to when the government's going to use Derek Jeter's old house as a military training facility?
Oh, yeah, when's that happening?
That's the FBI.
Oh, okay, all right. I
Yeah.
knew there was
Yeah,
some.
but government.
Wait, are you serious?
I heard it
Yeah.
was going to be sometime this summer. I heard. Listen, we had remember the new architect.
Right.
We had him on the show, and I think I heard June or July maybe.
That place is so big.
Where
It's right. It's like a big drug lord's
yeah,
house.
Derek Jeter. It's like say hello to my little friend.
Yeah.
It's like exactly.
I mean,
I see Al Pacino sitting behind a desk with a giant pile of coke.
Yeah, the worst accent in movie history. Yeah.
Say hello to my little friend.
I loved you guys.
Also, there's going to be a traffic advisory today and tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. South Franklin's going to be closed from Channelside Drive to the Westin Hotel and at Water Street. So you're supposed to use Beneficial Drive.
okay.
Anyway, so it's going to be an interesting couple of days downtown, especially tomorrow between, what I say, like noon and 1 or something?
1 and 2, noon and
Well,
1.
whatever.
I don't know.
All right. Hey, you know what? I don't give a flying crap about this, but the Met Gala, what is it? The first Monday of every May. That is obscene.
I didn't understand. I thought last night there was like a award ceremony on because they're showing it, and I'm like, what is it? And it's a Met Gala.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's just a hoity-toity deal.
That's exactly what Roxanne said. It's a hoity-toity celebrity masturbation event. Is real.
Whoa! We call it tubing around here. Chill.
That's really.
So there's no award show?
I mean, just out of control. No,
Is it a fashion show?
It's like a fundraiser. They hold it at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and it's all the who's who invited, and they all have to put on shows. I saw something like J-Lo wore a dress with 1 million beads.
Any famous?
Crazy.
All right, hold on. Double check that. Fester, please fact check me.
Sure.
Did I see a story that J-Lo wore a dress with 1 million beads to this barf fest? And that's barf, B-A-R-F, not bar. This Met Gala last night. I thought I saw that she had a dress with 1 million beads.
Jennifer Lopez wears a dress with 1 million buttons.
No. Dude, type in Jennifer Lopez. Dude, put million in your search.
Dude.
Jennifer Lopez dress, Met Gala, million beads.
I was trying to make a beads joke.
All right, so I'm telling you, I thought
2.5 million?
no, that's something else.
Okay,
But I'm telling you, Jennifer Lopez Met Gala. Yeah, look, I'm low. I said 1 million. It's 2.5 million beads. Hold, let me read the headline.
How tiny are they?
Jennifer Lopez's Met Gala 2024 dress took over 2.5 million beads and 800 hours to make. What the freakity freak?
I mean, that is a pretty dress.
It's overboard.
It is overboard.
You know what? Why do we pay attention to these celebrities? Why do we kiss their butts and kowtow? Why do we turn celebrities into celebrities?
Did you see her husband? Did you see Ben Affleck? You know what the rumor is with him lately, right?
Plastic surgery
Yeah.
out the wazoo. Did he disappear for a while?
He had his Super Bowl commercial, the
Yeah,
Dunkin'.
that's
Dunkin'
Oh, that was a big
Kings,
hit.
Dunkin'.
But they could have filmed that,
Yeah,
months prior.
That was a great commercial.
Since then, I haven't seen Ben too much.
Well, Ben appeared at that.
Met Gala?
No, he appeared at that Tom Brady Netflix roast.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact, I haven't watched that. I've had a lot of people like.
I have no interest in it
Yeah,
at all.
same here. But I had a lot of people DM me saying, MJ, I've had emails and DMs. Hey, MJ, you gotta watch the Tom Brady Netflix roast. I'm like, you know what? I saw some excerpts, and we played Tom Brady threatening the comedian yesterday on the show. But I have an audio bite. Speaking of Ben Affleck, and there were rumors that Affleck has had like some crazy plastic surgery done.
Why? Why do you do that?
Why do guys do that?
Because
It's a man.
They just when you're Hollywood, when you're on TV, you are a male who is obsessed with your looks, and you're trying to maintain. So,
Guy's been smoking cigarets for 40 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what do you want him to look
Well,
like?
Here is audio of Ben Affleck at the Netflix Tom Brady roast, and this has been described as unhinged.
Fans have your back, right? That's what a fan. Fans buy tickets. They show up. Win or lose, they support you. I know. I went to Foxborough where Steve Grogan was the quarterback. Okay, yeah. Like you sitting there hiding behind your keyboard, spewing out all this toxic about people you'd be afraid to come up to if you saw them at the car wash. You know, people who went out there and did something, who were successful, or even if another player ended up catching the football on his helmet, maybe they failed.
What the hell is he talking about?
It's like the rant he did on the
Yeah.
Queen.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Is he back on the booze?
Is he off the wagon?
That's what I was wondering.
Dipping into Grandpa's old cough syrup, are you?
I don't know.
He did not sound sober. Maybe he was high.
But also they're trolling him for bad plastic surgery as well. It is 8:41 at the MJ Morning Show. Let us welcome back. I have a lot of stuff. I still have this new Britney Spears stuff today we'll get to in just a bit. Oh, Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons has spoken for the first time in 30 years.
30?
No, I think,
It's
seriously.
been a long time.
Dude,
Not 30 years.
We have audio of Richard Simmons, a message to his fans. We'll get to that coming up. You can get skinny. You can get skinny. So we'll get to that on the way. Man, I got a pile. We got a lot of stuff. First, though, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show. Our good buddy, Shorty Shane. Fester, do you have the camera beamed at Shorty Shane?
I have it.
He did, but my chair keeps sinking for some reason.
Yeah, so
Put the chair up, man.
It was up. It keeps going down.
Can
It's
you
good.
lift Shorty Shane's chair?
It's good. We're
So
good.
we want-
Pull it under.
We're zoomed in. We good.
What do we have? A shot of Fester's stomach and Shorty Shane's
So
face?
you have my stomach, waist, poopa area, and Shorty Shane's whole body.
Fester's pooch.
Man.
Right?
Now you know how it is down here. It
Yeah.
smells sometimes.
Ew.
Fester's pooch.
Don't fall down
All
or
right,
in love.
so Shorty Shane, we had you on, I think it was last year, because of these punks that were giving you and your parents trouble.
Yeah, it was more than a year ago now, about a year and a half.
Has it been that long? All right, now you need a lawyer that can help you with a harassment issue.
Yeah, I do. Not
All
a
right.
small crime
All right,
lawyer.
do
It's
me
like
a favor.
big issue.
You, Shorty Shane, you sent me a text that was like a novella yesterday. Can you tell us the story as succinctly as possible? And so what's going, your parents are getting harassed with pizza deliveries like every day, all hours?
Yeah, basically it all started when I originally came on here and talked about it through the internet, and they found out where I live and took it upon themselves to show up at my house, take pictures, which I did because I'm tend to be pretty cool. And then they kept coming back, and we just said, yo, we got to stop coming back because they keep bringing more and more people every single time from the school around the corner. So we're like, you can't do this, especially when you don't see my car, where they keep coming back, coming back.
So these were, how old are the punk kids that were harassing you? Because listen, they knew you lived in the neighborhood and that you made your living essentially shooting Instagram videos and TikTok. I don't like TikTok, you know that. All right, but that's how you make your living, through online content. So these kids would start harassing you and your parents and knocking on the door at 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. What? So how old are these kids?
At the time, they're around 15 years old. So yeah, threats, kicking the door, nonstop text and calls. Finding the information publicly with my registered LLC. It's not hard to do, but just straight threats, threatening to shoot up the house. Et cetera, et cetera.
And this is in St. Pete, not far from the radio station, right?
St. Pete.
Now, are these kids?
Well, yeah, they
At the time,
like
yeah.
15, and now what? Now they're like, what, 17?
Yeah,
Do
they're
they go to
17 on the verge of 18.
Do they go to school? Can you go to the school and talk to the resource officer there? I mean,
Well, that's the thing. We were advised to call the police for every threat. You want to make documentation in case something does happen, because it was getting that serious. We got guns, my dad's guns, blah, blah, blah. fake news articles they were making and stuff.
What?
Yeah, so we started calling the cops and documenting everything, of course, creating a case number, which got forwarded to a detective along, within the 2 or 3 months of everything going on. He ended up going to the school, finding out who they were, talking to the parents, going to the parents' house, coming back to us, basically saying they don't care. He's going to try his best, if anything happens.
And they can't stop these kids, right?
And they can't. They said until something happens, it is kind of just what it is, but...
What
it did stop for a little bit.
What, did your dad have to be murdered before something happens?
I mean, basically, I'm.
All right, so what do you need? And tell me about the pizza stuff. They're having pizzas delivered from every place that delivers pizza in Pinellas County to your parents' house?
Right. So they then started to follow my mom to her haircut appointments.
Oh my God!
To her job, being a crossing guard around the school area, and now
your parents are being stalked by these maniac kids.
Yeah, no, it's a real deal.
Yeah,
it's a real deal issue.
How can you do something from a civil standpoint, from going to court where they're going to try them for being or at least get a restraining order or something?
I tell you what, I want to tase these little bitches.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
They come close enough, oh yeah, it's going to be bad. So that's the point we're at. I don't know if it's a civil thing. My mom went down to the St. Pete police yesterday, talked to another detective who's supposed to be handling it, who really isn't handling it, obviously. And she always has an excuse, we're working on it. We can't tell you much. We can't relinquish information. It's all personal, unless legally advised for. But
Fester, get me Anthony Holloway on the phone. Anthony Holloway is the St. Pete.
Police.
Yeah, is the St. Pete police chief. Dial up Anthony Holloway, the chief of police, city of St. Petersburg. And I need,
we got to take action.
Yeah, we have to get involved
now.
Now
it's pizzas every day. Yeah. Now my mom's mental is going out the window now.
Your mom's mental?
Well, I mean, having 8, 9 pizzas delivered every day. Neighbors coming over. What's going on?
Hold on. They're having 8 or 9 pizzas show up at the house?
You're getting swatted, bro.
All right, dude, I want to go to your parents' house. That sounds delicious.
I'm getting them up in Polk County where I try to get out of the way of everything.
Oh, my God.
Free food.
I got one 2 days ago.
What happens when the pizzas come? Then you have to say that we didn't order them?
I take a picture of the receipt as advised by St. Pete Police, submitted as a document. There's probably been about 35 receipts in the past 2 months submitted.
Oh, my God. All right. So, don't these pizza shops, when they get their pizzas turned away, haven't they, red flagged your parents' address? Don't deliver to this address, that it's a scam?
Yeah, we've tried. I've talked to him. Pizza Hut being one of the nicest managers around, she explained, through an online order, the cook sees the order, it gets spit out by the machine, and the address is not shown until the delivery driver accepts it.
Jeez, but with technology, they can't just flag an address and say this is a no-deliver address?
Yeah, I mean, they try, but I guess it's through the loophole.
We got to figure this out. So, Fester, I'm putting you in charge of getting a hold of... Who's laughing?
Fester's in charge.
Great. Fantastic.
Right,
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Spend my day chasing down the chief.
All right, Fester, you're in charge. Go down and have lunch with Chief Anthony Holloway.
Dude, I got warrants, man. I mean, I respect the chief, but I'm not looking to.
You don't have warrants.
You're not looking to turn yourself in.
Stop it. You don't have warrants.
I love you, Shane, but I'm
collateral.
I'm wanted.
I just looked out the window because sometimes we have St. Pete Police doing paperwork.
They're there yesterday.
Yeah, sometimes they do paperwork in our parking lot, which I like. I like having St. Pete Police presence. Listen, I know a bunch of St. Pete Police officers. Hey, CeeLo. Chrissy Lopez, our former intern, has been a St. Pete police officer for 20 years. She's great. There's a lot of great St. Pete police officers. It just needs to get on the right track. And
well, they advised my mom yesterday. They said it's more or less like civil now. You have something. I don't know if it's against the parents. It's kind of where I'm stuck at. What do I do?
All right, so this could be a civil matter. You guys have enough evidence to go after the kids and the parents, right?
Oh, yeah, we got at least a year's worth.
So is there an attorney listening that would like to handle this for Shorty Shane? Do we have an attorney listening that's heard the story? This is a flat-out harassment story, and it looks like I still believe that there are criminal elements here for a police investigation and charges, but also from a civil matter, is there an attorney that would like to help out? 800-990-1047. Give us a buzz. 800-990-1047. What a crazy freaking story. All right, quick break. When we get back, I've got Britney Spears' the latest on her. Richard Simmons speaks. I just have two. I have so much I can't even tease it. Plus the fact I made the big announcement a little over an hour ago. Beginning on Monday, we're giving away $40,000 cash over 2 weeks on the MJ Morning Show only. It's only winners from the MJ Morning Show, local, right here. It's the MJ $40,000 money heist, and it's going to start on Monday. More details on the way here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. May. Show on Q105 at 9:02. And if you were listening to the show earlier today, the show was very, very...
It's very apocalyptic.
What happened?
Wow. That was Roxanne earlier today trying to say the word apocalyptic.
It's very apocalyptic. So I got a Persian Patersian.
You know, I'd like to compare that. Andrew, do you have...
We need the Bertation, please.
Can I get the Bertation? Can I get the CBS 2 Los Angeles reporter that had like that...
migraine?
No, it was... What was it? It was a... Was it a TIA or... She had... Remember, she had that brain malfunction live on TV outside of the Staples Center. But I would like to compare Roxanne's pronunciation of apocalyptic.
It's very apocalyptic.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Are you okay?
You know what I told myself this morning before I said it? Because I have a hard time with that word, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I try to melt apopka, the city or the town, with the word I can't say, and that's why I have trouble with it.
What?
But I just told myself, I said, Roxanne, relax. Just relax and say the word. Just let it flow out. And it ended up sounding worse. It sounded like I was drunk or I was having a bertation.
Yeah. Well, the story is, it almost sounds like it's a new type of lipstick. It's the apocalyptic. So that's when you take the apocalypse and you want to look good with good makeup during the apocalypse.
When you're fighting off zombies?
Yeah, when you're fighting off, Walking Dead zombies that want to chew your face off and pass the virus on to you, that you want to look very good during the apocalypse, and that's when you put the lipstick on, so it's apocalyptic.
It's very apocalyptic.
I cannot unhear that now.
I just tried to say, Roxanne, just relax. Just say it. You got this. You got this. And clearly I did not.
Didn't somebody we know have a bertation on the air? I can't remember.
Hey, Andrew, here we have it. Here we go. Here's the her name is Serene Branson, and she had this issue on the air.
Well, a very, very heavy bertation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and look for the bit. They have the pit.
Ooh,
it's very apocalyptic.
Well, a very, very heavy bertation tonight. We had a very Darrison bite. Let's go to Terrace and look for the bit. They have the pit.
It's very apocalyptic.
Oh, that's bad.
It does sound very similar.
Oh,
I like when she says was head to the pit at the end of the...
You hit on the pit.
Richard Simmons has spoken. I mean, this guy has become a hermit. I mean, remember there were stories about, was Richard Simmons being held like in a dungeon under his house against his will? Remember that?
By like his housekeeper or something?
I mean, it was, or like some woman or guy or whatever that was holding him against his will. So, hey, Shorty Shane, you're familiar with Richard Simmons, right?
Kinda.
Kinda? What are you talking about, kinda?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Oh, you know what?
Richard Simmons is one of those generational names where you either know everything about him or really not that much about him.
Richard Simmons came into the MJ and BJ studio and the MJ studio several times over the years when he was in town, and he would always want to hug you.
Yes.
And he was doused in cologne. And when he would hug you, he insisted on a hug from everyone.
Yes.
He would transfer that cologne onto you, and it was like the equivalent of one of those dye packs blowing up at the bank after you rob it. You know,
you trigger the dye pack, it explodes
and
everywhere.
You're covered in purple, or
you
whatever.
Never get it off.
Anyway,
remember when Cash came in here and doused in cologne that one morning?
Oh yeah.
He's heavy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Cash is.
We still got that on video.
Shorty Shane's photographer, videographer.
But yeah,
is he still with you?
Yeah, we live together.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess so. All right, go ahead.
Life partners.
Yeah.
So listen, Richard
haven't kicked him out yet.
Richard Simmons, one of the most eccentric personalities of the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, like a light switch.
Yep.
Just goes away.
Boom. Like the Princess Di song. Just like,
Candle in the Wind.
Yes.
Blew right out.
Blew right out. Blew right out. And now Richard Simmons is speaking. But what I was saying was about the analogy of you rob a bank and they put a dye pack in the bag, and it explodes, and then the money's covered in dye, so it lets everyone know that this is, stolen money. Then a lot of times the crooks get dye all over their hands, blows up in their face. Richard Simmons gave me the equivalent of a dye pack exploding at the bank. It was like a perfume or a cologne pack exploding on me, and it would take days. It would be like adhered to my skin like super glue for days to try to get Richard Simmons' smell off of me. Yes, Roxanne.
This story just hit me. I completely forgot about it. There's this guy I used to kind of date, and he, we weren't dating, we were friends, but he would still try to come around my house. And by come around my house, I mean slink around to the outside.
That's called a stalker.
Okay.
That's called a stalker.
And I could tell that he'd been there because my cat would smell like, my cat would be outside, and the cat would smell like his cologne.
Okay. It's weird.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's been here because my cat smells like, that's how much cologne he
Was
would wear.
Mr. Mackey stalking you?
So,
hell?
all right. So why are we talking about Richard Simmons?
By the way, he's a really nice guy. I
Wonderful experience.
always enjoyed meeting Richard Simmons. He was a very nice guy, but then he just fell off the face of the earth. And the reason why I'm bringing up Richard Simmons is for the first time in years, Richard Simmons has spoken.
Okay.
Richard Simmons has spoken. We have not heard him speak in years and years and years. He has been hiding for, I think, over a decade at this point.
Have you all heard that podcast they did about all this a few years ago? It was really good.
Are you hiding if you're just not seeking the attention? What if is he just living a life, or is he literally not left his house?
He's like Howard Hughes in it, right?
I don't know.
Is he going to the bathroom in like bottles?
Apparently, Richard Simmons disappeared back in 2014. He didn't show up to one of his fitness classes. There was no explanation for why he didn't show up, and he just disappeared. And then since then, he's been like a recluse.
Oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to become a recluse also.
You almost are.
What did you say?
I can see you doing that in your big house over in the corner.
Couple of months from now, dude, just don't show up on a Wednesday, and that's it.
Just listening to your old crotchety CDs.
I want to sell that house. I want to simplify.
Yeah, you think? Jesus Christ, it's the size of a city.
Cash just texted me and said he's always got to smell good for Daddy MJ.
Cash,
Oh my
gosh.
Cash, your assistant says he's got to smell good for Daddy MJ?
You wear structure.
My God, my skin is crawling.
He's listening.
What did Richard Simmons say?
Yes, I want to hear what his voice sounds like. Is he like decrepit? Or is he like, hey guys, I'm back?
I don't have audio.
I thought you.
Well,
I'm kidding.
For real?
Yes, no, I do. Yes, I have the audio.
Being one of the men who you could almost play the part.
I mean, if Richard Simmons said he had a son and he's in broadcasting,
Yeah.
it's you.
You can get skinny. All right, here we go. Richard Simmons with a message to his fans. First time we've heard Richard Simmons in like over a decade.
Hi, everybody. It's Richard. Happy May 6th, 2024. Thank you so much for reading my messages. Roses are red, violets are blue. Do you know how much I love you? Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.
That's
He
it.
didn't say
The
anything.
hell?
It's like his captors had the gun pointed right to him.
Was he holding up the LA Times with yesterday's headline?
Well, he wasn't holding up the Tampa Bay Times.
No,
because it didn't come out yesterday.
No, they don't print on Mondays.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
I just got back from LA. It's such a weird place.
Yes, it is.
It is.
No.
Very
Hey,
weird.
Like I've said in the past, if you need a proof of life video, if you're in the Tampa Bay market and you need a newspaper, you can only do proof of life videos on Wednesdays and Sundays because those are the only days the St. Pete Times or the Tampa Bay Times publishes.
I will show you he's alive on Wednesday.
Or Sunday.
I don't get how are we a market of over 3 million people and we've got one newspaper now that publishes 2 days a week. How is this possible?
And dare I say we skew a little bit older with some of the retirement population here? I mean, you think the old school people would be like in a newspaper that you can hold? Turn the pages.
I like to hold you, whippersnapper.
I like to read my news on the pooper.
Listen,
Like the old days.
I got a cricket phone and a picture of Lucille Ball, and I want to read my newspaper.
Can I move along now?
You're going a little deep there, old timer.
Did you hear Richard Simmons spoke for the first time?
Listen, he sounded good. I thought,
Yeah, he has his his personality
it's
voice.
Yeah.
You can see he's
Red
on.
is red, violet is blue.
I just hope that Richard Simmons is not sad.
But he said nothing.
But
I love you.
I hope he's not sad and tormented because
Of course he is.
That makes me sad.
How do you know? What if he's sitting on his millions of dollars?
I would like him to come here again and hug me with his perfume. I would like to see Richard come out of his shell and
just throwing deal meal cards everywhere.
Exactly. Throw deal meal cards at me, flip one in my eye, scratch my cornea, transfer your cologne to me.
Does he have $20 million?
Fester, look up how much he made off deal meal.
Does he have $50 million?
Dude.
I'm asking. I don't know.
I gotta believe so because he made those deal meal cards. He made a fortune.
Infomercials. He was everywhere. He did all the. He was
he was always overweight.
I think he was a chubby kid. He was never a thin, bulky guy, but he was a fatty boombalatti when he was young.
Speaking of another tortured soul, Britney Spears. Now we have Britney riding a little horse. Did you see this thing?
Like a Shetland pony? Shetland pony? Shetland. Am I saying that right?
Shetland with a
yeah.
My kind of pony.
Yeah, right?
That's a big pony to me.
Get Shane one. Those are like
it's a Clydesdale.
Stallions.
Yeah, so now Britney Spears has posted this new bizarre video and people, think that she's having a meltdown. Britney Spears is denying having a breakdown in a new video that she put out. Again, I feel bad for Britney. I just don't think she had a chance.
Isn't her voice like this? Like, hey, y'all, I'm not having a breakdown. Like, her voice is weird.
Yeah. Hey, do you have the audio of the Britney Spears? All right, here we go.
She changes it all the time.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird.
That's a regular pony.
Yeah, but hey, I'll rewind it. You gotta unmute Fester. Like,
hold on.
Dude, you don't learn stuff. It's like you have to unmute every time.
I want to make sure I have the right
like she's in the field with the Microsoft screensaver. Remember that?
Yeah.
that's with the blue sky and the green grass. And she's just kissing a horse.
She's not going to go into those type of videos, is she?
I'm looking for the word icon to click under her dress over there. So anyway, Britney Spears with a new video where she's just like
stroking a horse,
stroking and kissing and hugging on a horse in a field.
The horse is like, get this crazy bitch away from me.
And then one other thing with Britney Spears, please don't say that.
I'm sorry. I mean woman.
Don't,
sorry.
No,
it was the horse talking.
Don't add. I feel bad for Britney. She's had a tough life.
Me too.
Has she?
Leave Britney alone. Now, we also have more details on her boyfriend, that Paul Richard Solis. His ex is making more noise, calling Britney's new boyfriend a deadbeat, a cheater, with at least 9 kids.
Whoa. Britney.
Britney Spears' boyfriend, Paul Richard Solis, is a deadbeat dad of at least 9 kids who hasn't paid child support, according to his ex-wife, Nicole Mansilla.
Any relation?
I once saw Gamera versus Mansilla. Didn't you ever see that?
No, but old Dave Mansilla was a good guy.
Dave Mansilla. He's a hermit in the mountains in North Carolina.
Talk about a guy who disappeared.
He's doing voiceovers for spa commercials on cable TV.
He tried to get me to buy gold recently.
Yeah.
I probably should have listened.
I love
the gold commercials were awesome.
I love Dave, man.
Oh, he's just class personified. I'm going to go 10 between the songs.
I'll tell you a couple stories about him.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that he and Kabrick had some words prior to,
Where's my mirror?
All right, anyway, so Nicole Mansilla describes Solis, with whom he shares 5 children. So 5 children from this woman and Britney Spears' boy. Then there's another 4 that are crawling around.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if those are the same baby mama or if we got a whole selection of additional baby mamas there. But apparently he's not paying it. Deadbeat. And so she's trying to say, hey, Britney, you're hooked up with a deadbeat. Wasn't he in prison as well?
He is an ex-con, yes.
My God.
Good for him.
Isn't Britney Spears' life complicated enough to have to, then hook up with a toxic, get it?
Mm-hmm. We do.
Nice.
A little toxic guy like that. What else do we have? Oh, now, listen to this. Now the FDA has approved a medication to get people weaned off vaping. So wait a minute. People started vaping in order to stop smoking, and now vaping has become so much of an issue. Now the FDA has approved a drug to help people stop vaping.
Yeah, it's called Zen. Pop 4 of those pouches, you're good to go, boy.
No, it's not. It's not spice. It's not Zin.
Zins aren't spice. Zins are good for you.
It's not cucaracha.
It's gay too.
Yeah, the first drug that helps vapors quit using the e-cigarettes looks like it's getting close to getting FDA approval. All right, so it hasn't been approved yet. It's close to approval. Researchers at Massachusetts General Hospital have found that a plant-based drug called cystinocyline?
Yes, cystinocyline.
It looks citizen. I can't pronounce the freaking thing.
It'll help you stop vaping.
Yeah. But it looks like that this particular drug has shown the ability to help smokers give up traditional cigarettes, but also looks like it might be effective in getting people to stop vaping.
Just give me my smokes and let me die already.
God, those vape clouds, man, it's like you started a car that's been in a barn for like 42 years, and the huge, massive
big blue. I started my old mower for the first time.
That's what I'm saying.
Smoke filled up the yard.
I'm telling you, those vapors, some of those vapes, I mean, you get lost in the clouds.
How do they have cloud competitions online?
Yeah, we looked them up.
It's
They're
like an
pretty
Olympic
cool.
sport now.
Yeah.
Some people can make like shapes out of them.
Yeah, they have cloud. What Shorty Shane just said is they have cloud competitions online.
I wonder what that. I've never taken a big hit of a vape like that. I wonder how it feels like in your lungs.
Let me tell you what bothers me with the vapors. The vapors that leave. And I'm not talking about the turning Japanese vapors. I'm talking about those that vape. No one gets that except for just Andrew and me got that.
You guys,
you guys are
So now, what
when I'm running an Andrews circle, I know I'm doing well.
What troubles me is that when you see some of these vapors and you get caught in their cloud, I just have the image of all these little like saliva lung droplets from inside their body that I'm walking through and breathing. You know,
what? Saliva
I
lung
see what you're
droplets.
saying.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a band.
You're a pot vapor, smoke vapor maker.
Well, I like it. Keep going. Come on.
Yeah.
Roxanne, keep going. You're go on.
Okay, that's all I have is just those two lines
do
so
it
far.
again.
But your saliva talk was inspiring
Go on.
me.
Do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a pot vapor, smoke maker, something.
Keep going.
Don't be blowing around me. That's all I got.
This is one time I'm glad to be close to the ground.
Yeah, right here.
Real.
Stay away from the vape smoke.
Dude, you know what? In a fire, you're in good shape. You know how they tell you to crawl and like get low in the ground?
Shane just walking out.
Yeah,
I'm just walking out.
Just walking out
Get
of
low,
normal
low.
height.
I'm naturally rolling.
We have a problem with Miss USA, who's from Sarasota. Did you see this?
Oh, was this a mental health issue?
Well, yeah, hang on. Miss USA is stepping down early. And, she's originally from Sarasota. So hold on, we'll get to that coming up. We got a lot. The final chunk of the show, which happens next, is always busy. It's always quality filled. It's all killer, no filler. I don't have a bunch of garbage that I need to fill the end of the show with. Always top-notch material. And also the big announcement, if you missed it, we're giving away $40,000 in cash beginning next week on the MJ Morning Show only. It's the big MJ $40,000 money heist. And I'll give you full details on that next as well here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Roofing. is 9:29 at the MJ Morning Show. Made the big announcement at 7:45 this morning. If you missed it, this is big. I mean, this is really, really big. I mean, for Fester to concur, for Fester not to, like, wave me off, give me a look, chide me, for Fester to say, yeah, this is big.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly thought it was going to be like, 18% off of a power washer or something, or some home, or like a pressure cooker or something.
No, well,
to follow up the rice maker MJ15 from last week.
Listen, it's all this month. My friends at Zojirushi.
I'm not trying to give Zojirushi more love.
No,
I'm
but
not
listen,
trying to do
but
that.
Zojirushi, listen, I talk about things I love.
Right.
MJ's favorite screw Oprah's favorite things, MJ's favorite things. And I'm telling you, the rice cooker from Zojirushi, I've had one for over 2 decades. I've had multiple models, and I'm just telling you right now, it's one of my favorite things on the planet. Julian came in last night. Chloe made her spicy honey salmon bites. We went and got some salmon. She cuts them up into little cubes.
Yeah.
Then she marinates them in sriracha and honey, and it's really pretty good. I mean, Chloe can make these little salmon bites, and she air fries them for a few minutes.
Does she make them for Chet?
But then I made the Koshi Hikari sticky rice in my Zojirushi rice cooker, and we've had a relationship with Zojirushi. I just started, talking about how I just love the product. They heard about it. Then they offered us to give away 5 rice cookers last September for National Rice Month, and we did.
Are they in stores?
Yeah, so Zojirushi.
Where at?
I think like Williams-Sonoma sometimes has them. They're on Amazon, but the deal is if you go to the Zojirushi website and you use the promo code MJ15 at checkout, you get 15% off any rice cooker you want. So that's the deal. Let's say it's just things I like. I don't have an interest in the company. I don't. When people use MJ15, I'm not like Sometimes you see reviews online. By clicking this link, we might derive a commission from. I get nothing. I'm not getting any commission.
It's called affiliate marketing. You're doing it wrong, by the way.
It's called a lost leader.
Hey, they in the past they've sent me a demo unit, and that is the most. I just bought 2. I literally just bought 2 units last week.
So you make rice in the bathroom?
No, for gifts.
Oh.
No, I bought 2 because we have events coming up that I bought 2 Zojirushis. I'm a customer. I bought them online. Yeah. So I just bought 2 of them last week.
You're the guy that gives rice makers his gifts. That's great.
Well, guess what? People love them, and people remember them. And people say, man, they get crappy gifts. The rice maker they love.
Can we stop talking about rice makers and talk about the big contest or big promotion starting next week?
Anyway, so 7:45 this morning, I made the big announcement. It's the big $40,000 MJ money heist, and it happens beginning Monday. We're giving away, and I'll get into more details, the official sponsors. I'll get into all this beginning tomorrow. We are giving away $40,000 in cash. You tell me when anyone is giving away $40,000 in cash, specifically on the morning show, local only, only MJ Morning Show listeners on Q105 can win. If you are a streaming listener, listen, you're eligible, no problem at all. But as long as you follow the rules and you're an MJ Morning Show listener, you can win the $1,000 every hour, every day for 2 weeks. So it starts on Monday morning, 6 a.m. We'll just take a random winner. And from that random winner, that starts the cascade of the cash tag. So we play a game of tag. For the next winner in the 7 o'clock hour, you have to know the first name of who won in the 6 o'clock hour. And then it keeps going down the chain. So for the 8 o'clock winner on Monday, you got to know who won in the 7. For the 9 o'clock winner, you got to know who won in the 8. For the 6 a.m. winner on Tuesday morning next week, you got to know who won in the 9 o'clock hour. And we keep doing this. And we'll do it for 2 weeks. $20,000 in week 1 next week, and then the following week, another $20,000. So 40 winners, $1,000 a pop, $40,000. It's the MJ Money Heist, and it begins on Monday right here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105 at 6 a.m. on Monday morning.
Can we call it like Cash Shuttle Run? Because Cash Tag is like, I'm picturing like tag, you're
No, that's not the name of it. But essentially it is.
I know it's the heist.
By the way,
you were referring to it as tag, and I feel it's more of a shuttle run because it's like you're passing the name. You're passing.
By the way, I had the record for the shuttle run.
Did you really?
Yeah, at Pembroke Meadows Elementary School in Virginia Beach, I had the school record for the shuttle run.
I heard you cheated and you took off a couple seconds too early.
Will you stop it?
It's like the Seinfeld.
I didn't cheat anything. All right, so where was I? Miss America. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss USA.
Is that the one that like former President Trump once owned?
I think Trump owned.
He owned a couple
all of them. Did he own Miss Universe, Miss whatever?
Some of them, yeah.
So this is Miss USA, and in a social media Instagram post yesterday morning, 24-year-old Miss USA Noelia Voigt. Any relation to John Voigt?
John Voight's car.
Say it again.
That's John Voight's car.
Yeah, it's a Chrysler LeBaron convertible, right?
That's John Voight's teeth marks.
So the 24-year-old shared the news that she was stepping down as Miss USA after just 7 months, citing her mental health. Wait a minute. Does like Miss USA or Miss America make you mental?
Well, you have to do a bunch of touring, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty rigorous schedule once you're crowned. You have to show up to like a lot of like supermarket openings.
Well,
it's a lot.
Well, I don't think necessarily that I don't know this story. I just read the headline, but I don't think it necessarily has to do with being Miss America's. Maybe she has another crisis that's going to make it difficult to do maybe she's just dealing with some other issue, personal issue that's going to make that difficult.
You got to show up in the Wedgeworth glassware section at Macy's in Boca Raton on Sunday at noon.
Okay. You have to wear your sash and your crown and take pictures with people. You can do it too.
Is Wedgeworth a crystal?
Wedgwood?
Wedgeworth. Am I just making up a
crystal glasses.
Is it Wedgwood?
Wedgwood. I've heard of Wedgwood.
Yeah, Wedge contemporary crystal glassware. No, I'm sorry. It's Wedgwood. However, I got to be honest, Wedgworth sounds even more superior, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Yes.
We don't want just Miss USA.
Yeah, she's going to be in the Lennox dishware collection at Burdine's.
Fantastic. I mean, if they have a pretty rigorous schedule of appearing and acting happy and waving.
Would you like to hear the statement that she put out on Instagram?
Yes, let's hear it.
She wrote, "Screw this BS. I'm out, y'all."
Screw you, beaches. I know. She said, "Never compromise your physical and mental well-being. Our health is wealth." Yeah, this was a caption on our social media message. This was posted just after the start of Mental Health Awareness Month. Is that true? May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh, okay.
What a coincidence.
She didn't say anything.
Well, hold on. She's not done.
Oh, okay.
She's got more.
All right.
"My journey as Miss USA has been incredibly meaningful, representing Utah with pride and later the USA at Miss Universe held in November. Sadly, I have made the very tough decision to resign from the title of Miss USA 2023. Yeah, she got the crown at the 72nd Miss USA contest in Reno, Nevada. That's the smallest big city in America. Did you know that?
I did.
Reno.
I did.
You know, I love Reno 911.
So
It's good stuff.
does the runner-up take over? Like Miss,
Yeah.
what,
It has to be.
Idaho?
It has to be.
I don't know who the runner-up was.
I don't know.
But Voight, who won back in September, became the first Venezuelan American to win the title. She spoke about being bullied as a teenager. She began competing in pageants when she was just 16. At least her mother didn't John Benet Ramsey her at like 2.
Was it the mother?
She said, "I was so excited when I won the local pageant, and it was actually my ex-best friend who was the ringleader of it all." Anyway, so she's stepping down, and she spent time in Sarasota. Yeah, she's Venezuelan American, but I believe she spent a lot of time. I think she grew up in Sarasota.
So when you say you're Venezuelan American, does that mean you were born in Venezuela?
No, she was born in Sarasota, I believe, but she's of Venezuelan descent.
So if I win like an award, I'll be like the Italian American? I mean, how far back does that go?
Yeah, listen, it's
I think Mr. Siciliano would win the Italian American.
The hyphen American will, I don't know.
When I hear these stories, I feel like this younger generation, gosh, they had it rough. In their teen years, they're supposed to be enjoying themselves, and they're just worried about what everybody's doing and saying and thinking and judging them on Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. Like we had a different childhood.
Let me do another MJ Morning Show alert. Attention. Is it FDOT or is it the city of St. Pete with the street lights out at 4th and Gandy?
Good question.
Yeah. This is a traffic alert to whom it may concern. Oh, that's a good idea. MJ's to whom it may concerns. This could be a new feature on the show.
Kind of like a grind my gears segment.
To whom it may concern. When I just got a rant about something, to whom it may concern.
I hate it. I mean, I like it.
I'm going to punch you in the larynx.
Ow.
It's called the Twimp segment. Twimp.
Yeah, that sounds better. the twink.
Yeah, Froggy would be more interested in the twink segment.
Yeah, that's like a
sounds like
especially more into the Twinkie segment.
So seriously, to whom it may concern, I'm around 4th and Gandy at 5:20 to 5:30 every morning, and the lights are out. It's been about a week now, and all of the street lights at street level as well as on the elevated portion of that Gandy flyover deal, the lights are out. What is that song? The lights are out.
But you're not
You're
home.
not home.
The lights are on.
I don't know. I never heard of it.
The lights are on.
Addicted to love.
The lights are on.
Yeah.
But you're not home.
Yeah, there we go. That's it. All right. So,
The complete opposite of what you're saying.
All right. So I'm making up lyrics.
Your lights are on, but no one's
All
home.
right. So to whom it may concern, the lights are out at night at 4th Street and Gandy. Please get them fixed. It is a safety hazard. And I don't want to have to sick Stacy Kemp from the Kemp Law Group on you, okay?
Yes, this TWIMP segment was brought to you by the Kemp.
by the Kemp Law Group.
Yeah.
Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. Simple as that.
Out headlights or out street lights.
Yeah. This is audio. I haven't heard it. I read the story. I usually like to preview any audio I'm playing on the show, but I'm just being honest. I just didn't get around to this one. I sent the link to Andrew, and I'm like, hey, Andrew, anything here? So here's the deal. A retiree here in Florida has apparently been declared that he is now the dullest person on the planet. A retiree has just learned that a dull video that he recorded in the 1980s is now being used by millions on YouTube to put them to sleep. It's a 1989 tutorial on the latest version of Microsoft Word that is now a sleep aid.
That's awesome.
Hang on, man. All right, let me play this. This guy, where's the audio? Most boring video ever made. The guy's name is Randall Smith. All right, let's listen.
Welcome to the Mac Academy tutorial system presented by Florida Marketing International Incorporated.
Hello, and welcome to Mac Academy. My name is Randy Smith, and over the next couple of hours, we'll be discussing Microsoft Word. We'll be going over the basics of that program. I'd like to welcome each of you to this tape and also to the Mac Academy organization. I'd like to spend, before we dig right into the program, I'd like to spend a few minutes and talk about some of the differences between word processing on the Macintosh computer, word processing perhaps that you're used to on IBMs and IBM compatibles or some of the earlier
this goes on for like 5 more minutes. And apparently the whole thing is like 2 hours
Why
plus.
does that make you sleepy?
I don't
guy's
know.
Voice?
It's kind of monotone. And
it's turned into like this YouTube meme thing, and people are playing that to go to sleep. It's putting people to sleep from Florida Marketing International and Randall Smith.
He's not an old guy. I mean, in the 1990s, he seems like he might have been 35.
Dude, so guess what? The guy's like 80 years old now.
All right.
Really?
It's like 1989. It's like almost 40 years ago.
And I have good stuff if you want to go to sleep.
Yeah, so does Froggy.
No, I don't mean stuff that you medicate yourself with. I mean auditory stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the lip clicker.
And all your white and pink and yellow and blue noise.
All
and
my ASMR.
Yeah.
I like
videos.
brown noise is my favorite.
Right.
It's the most calming.
All right, that's enough.
It really is.
It's a brown static. It's just not no pun intended.
Yeah.
We gotta roll. Oh hey, thanks to City of Tampa trash truck driver David Llanos.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he found that missing kid. Isn't that nice?
That's amazing.
Yeah, so Jane Castor, the mayor of Tampa, presented David Llanos with the Life Changer Award because on March 19th, he helped the mother find the lost child. And, he drives solid waste, garbage trucks around Tampa. And this guy's a hero and helped out. So, David Llanos, thank you also from the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. 9:45, folks, have a great day. You need to get a hold of me. My DMs are open at Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. My email is always open. MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there. And don't forget, the Cash Kitty happens in 15 minutes from right now.